If Love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Oh,
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not
Wait.
Yeah.
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They don't want it. Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still on the stars with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof I'm alive by the motor. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, independent, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like another city, the driver's side Florida. Wish I could large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, and cute as can be. You can watch it on YouTube with view for free. Ay. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, what they gonna do next?
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
This Elon Musk is a bum. I mean, honestly. You get $1 trillion. You can't even get your stupid website to work right on the day that Giannis is going to get traded. You decided, you know what, dude? Twitter's going to go down right before you, right when you need it the most. Are you kidding me?
So I'm
right
not
now?
the only one.
No, it's
I
not
thought.
you.
Well, I can't tell anybody because they're gonna make fun of me.
No, safe zone. You're good. It's not you. I immediately was like, because I was stressing because I was on Twitter, obviously feverishly this morning, and then and I'm doing a home show today because we're taking our daughter to camp today after the show. And so I'm sitting here. I'm like, oh man, am I about to lose internet right before the show starts? So then I just like click in YouTube. YouTube worked. Everything else worked. It was like, nope, just Elon Musk's website being a bum because he's sitting here like a fat cat with $1 trillion and he can't even get his dumb website to work.
So I was thinking something along those lines, but not into it like you. When we got Brady Tkachuk.
Yeah.
And
you thought you got hacked?
No. And then I was thinking, if we get Giannis, would that be the two biggest stars to come in, not in the same sport, but in different sports at the same time?
No.
Because I was trying to think, did Jimmy came before Tyreek?
Yes.
Right. It's close.
Yes.
But I think
close.
Jimmy came before Tyreek. I can't think of any other.
In a 24-hour span, getting Giannis and Brady Tkachuk into
or even the same kind of off season.
The only thing that could because even Chris Bosh and LeBron were kind of a week apart.
But I said same sport though. I'm saying different sports.
Different sports,
right?
I'd have to think about it.
Because usually when one team is adding like that, the other team's in the like we got other problems.
The only time you could probably because you'd have to think about the times you would have to do it. So it'd feel like it would have to be hockey and basketball, unless like the Marlins made a trade,
right?
That was on the same day as something. But I can't really. I wouldn't know. But I will
Marlins
tell you this:
haven't done it. I was thinking maybe a football trade.
Yeah, but
hockey's just coming to the.
I guess they could do a football trade. Yeah, they could do a football trade. Headlines brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the price Zito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com. We'll start with the Panthers because there's really there's stuff. There's a lot more noise because Shams came out of his hiding today to go on television to scare all of us with this Giannis stuff. But we'll get to that in a bit. The Panthers, as Leroy said, mother bleeping traded for Brady Tkachuk yesterday. Like just Bill Zito doing Bill Zito things. If Bill Zito was running the Heat, Giannis would have been on the Heat at the trade deadline in March. Like it would have happened already. This guy. So yesterday I was very scared. And I may still have to be scared. But I'm watching the news on my phone, and I'm like, oh, the Panthers. The first thing I see is Panthers and Seattle have a trade. I'm like, oh, what does that mean? And minutes later, Sam Miskevich going to Seattle. Oh, our boy Samo, he's leaving. You know?
No, I know.
Yeah, he'll love Seattle, dude. He's gonna have a chance to flourish. Then the Panthers pick up 2 picks, first round pick this year and a second round pick. You're like, oh,
That's a big haul for Samoskevich, right?
It is. Everybody was like, "What? He got what for Samoskevich?" I mean, the Panthers flipped 4 picks for Brady Tkachuk, and the Panthers got 2 picks for Samoskevich. Like, so you knew immediately as that happened. You're like, "Oh well, hold on, let me get this straight." The Panthers, who have the 9th pick in the draft, just picked up the 25th pick in the draft. There's no shot that they're keeping those picks. Like, something is happening. Now, my initial reaction was, oh, they're going to get they're going for Hellebuyck. Like, this is the deal. They're going to trade for Connor Hellebuyck from Winnipeg. So I thought immediately, as soon as the Samoskevich trade happened, I'm like, I'm losing Sergei Bobrovsky today.
Oh,
on Father's Day. That's all I kept thinking about for an hour. I'm just like, I'm losing Bob. This is terrible. I can't believe this is how my Father's Day is going to go. I'm going to lose Sergei Bobrovsky on my Father's Day. This is unbelievable. And I don't know. I don't remember how long it was. It was probably a couple hours. Maybe it was an hour. I don't remember. My time's a little mixed up when I saw the tweet from Pierre Lebrun. I like saying his name. But Pierre Lebrun was basically like, I'm hearing Brady Tkachuk to the Panthers is done. I'm like, what? Like, it was one of those, like, you had to look at the tweet. I don't think I've looked at a tweet like that probably since, like, the Luka trade. I'm like, is this real? Am I looking at the real? Is this Pierre LeBum? Like, am I looking at the right you have to, like, double check it because I just couldn't believe it. Because we always joke about it. We're like, come on, Brady Tkachuk's going to end up on the Panthers one day. Like, that's good. We all, we're being silly about it. But they didn't really have to trade him this year. But we had heard the noise that had come out of there, especially post-Olympics. And then the season ends. And they were just done with it. They were done with the entire They didn't want to have a Giannis thing drag out of, oh, you happy here, Brady? You like it here, Brady? He goes, nah, let's just trade him. And he had a full no trade clause. So he gave him a list of 4 teams. The reports were that 2 things happened with this no trade clause. That he, I think, put down Carolina, Vegas, Minnesota, and Florida. Minnesota, from what's being reported, apparently offered a king's ransom for him. And he was like, I just want to go to Florida. I don't know what to tell you.
He was trying to wait. So he was trying to put his true feelings and sprinkle some, sprinkles on top of it so it didn't look like a Dame situation.
Yeah,
I will only go to Miami.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's just like he made it look good. He made it look good, and then he goes, I just want to go to Florida. I just want to go to Florida. I want to go play with my brother. And the word was like they were trying to get anything else from the Panthers. Like they were trying to get Lundell. The Panthers are not trading Anton Lundell. Like it's right. they love him too much, and they were like, can we get Carter Verhaeghe? And they're like, no, you can't get Carter Verhaeghe. Sorry, no, you get picks. That's what you get. So the Panthers basically just did a pick for Brady Tkachuk trade, and that's it. That's they're like, all right, we'll see you. And they gave up the 2 picks in this year's draft, a 2nd round pick, and then I think a 29 top 10 protected first. So they're gonna do this again to go get they'll go get Brady Tkachuk's they'll go get they'll go get a little Tkachuk cousin somewhere in a few years.
Tkachuk?
Yeah, they'll get a cousin.
Brothers Tkachuk and cousin Tkachuk.
Crazy, but
wouldn't it be something you say? Which 3 of the Tkachuks? The 3 chewing their mouthpiece.
Right, all of them.
They're all just sitting there, just chewing on their mouthpiece.
So yeah, yesterday the Panthers do it again, and this is crazy. Like the Tkachuks get to play with one another, and you're gonna have a line with. I mean, look at this. I mean, is this gonna be the most hated line in history, Leroy? Matthew Tkachuk, Sam Bennett, Brady Tkachuk.
Right.
I mean, they are going to terrorize people. They are going to bully.
You think they'll
people.
play on the same line?
That's what everybody's projecting.
Okay.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, Paul Maurice could always change things, of course, but
it's crazy because in hockey you can have stars, but only in critical moments of a season will they all play together. Usually, you kind of stretch them out a little bit. But to see Brady and Brady and his brother on the same. Matthew and Brady on the same line would be kind of crazy, right?
Insane. No, it's insane. And yes, like the Panthers, like this is Bill Zito's, that was the turning point of his career. Basically, he's just like, all right, I'm trading for this guy, Matthew Tkachuk. And I remember he's like, this guy's a unicorn. He's going to change our franchise, change the attitude, 3 straight Stanley Cups. We all know the story. And then he's just like, I think I'm going to go trade for his brother too. His 26-year-old brother. I'm just like, what can you say about Big Ball Zito? What can you say about him other than please don't, he's incredible. He really is.
We've had this conversation before. And the conversation was, do you trust Bill Zito enough that if he made the move to get rid of Bob, you would just say, well, I trust Bill Zito? And you're like, no. But now you're back to like, he's the best. So can you make up your mind?
No, because
you can say, look, you can say, I understand, I trust Bill Zito, I won't like the trade.
I think,
but that's not what you're saying. You're basically going off on him.
I don't trust getting rid of Sergei Bobrovsky, but I mean, like, look, it is what it is. I mean, the writing's on the wall. They got like $7 million left in cap space. So I think the answer is they're going to tell Bob, like, dude, you could take your $4 million a year, win 2 more cups, you're iconic forever, or you can go take the bag from the LA Kings. Like, I mean, it's obviously where it's written, where it's going. I don't think I can't imagine they still have enough in the arsenal for Hellebuyck unless they're willing to part with Anton Lundell, which they just don't seem like they are willing to. Look, I would never say that Bill Zito is a terrible GM. I just don't want him to lose Sergei Bobrovsky. And honestly, we don't have an answer for him. If they don't have Connor Hellebuyck hiding under the mattress, you get rid of Sergei Bobrovsky. Like, you don't really have a proven answer there. Yes, he's old. So I imagine the thing has always been, hey, Bob wants to be here. Can we find something? Could they find something on the short term? Could they do a 1-year deal? And then Bob just rehash it? I don't know. We'll have to see. But dude, yeah, who's doing it like this guy right now? And everybody, and Canada is furious. They hate our ass. They're calling Brady Tkachuk a coward and a liar and a bum. And the Panthers are just sitting here at the elbow room with like just laughing at it. And especially you watched it this weekend, you saw the and it looks like Twitter's back, by the way. I don't like that. What Kyle Kuzma's tweeting. I don't like this.
That's your first tweet? Kyle Kuzma.
Oh, breaking
news.
Not Giannis related, but Shams has said breaking. University of Michigan coach Dusty May is the new head coach of the Dallas Mavericks.
I got to tell you, he had a nice little run, but when all the players on your team are 24 years old,
oh yeah,
and you win a championship, and then they all leave, like, right.
The one thing I'm like really stressed out about is like I've kind of given up. I gave up on the draft like a week ago. And I'm just like, oh, is Pat Riley really going to make me cram for the draft show tomorrow? Ugh, gross. Anyway, so that's news out there. As far as the Giannis thing is concerned, we'll get into it. Obviously, it's heading it's hitting the 11th hour. Is that what we call it? When we're hitting when you're running out of time. Why do they call it the 11th hour?
Because at midnight it changed. It's the next day. Really?
Is that really why they call it that?
Yes.
I didn't know.
The 11th hour, the 12th hour is a new day.
But aren't there 24 hours in a day? Wouldn't it be the 23rd hour?
11th hour, 12 o'clock.
No, I know that's what they say, but like, wouldn't it suffice to say, like, if you're going to a new day, it would be
if you were in the Marines,
anybody else uses it.
Nobody uses 24-hour clock.
Everybody uses 24-hour clock.
Nope.
You're high as a kite, dude. What are you talking about?
No. I'm not doing this with you.
Everyone but America uses a 24-hour clock.
Yeah, everybody does.
Okay, but we're here. So that's why the 11th hour means.
Brittany, why do they call it the 11th hour? Did you look it up?
Yes, I did. The phrase at the 11th hour is an idiom that means at the last possible moment, just before it's too late. Mm-hmm. It comes from the Jesus parable in the Gospel of Matthew about workers hired in the vineyard. While some workers toiled for full 12-hour workdays, the landowner hired others at the 11th hour, 1 hour before the workday ended, and paid them all the same wage.
You were way off, dude.
It's a biblical reference.
Well, like, I'm not the guy. to be quoting biblical.
You were way off, dude. That was crazy. You're just like, yeah. It means right before midnight. So confident.
Last minute.
Give us a weather update, dude. Brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Replacing roof repairs, maintenance, hurricane impact, windows and doors. Visit tornadoroofing.com.
I've noticed something.
Hmm?
You only have this type of behavior when we're at our house.
What do you mean?
When we're face to face, you don't act like this.
Oh, you're high.
I wonder why.
Dude. I've angered you plenty of times in person.
No. Hey, Brittany, I don't co-sign. All right.
Just says
Folks,
things.
all you need to know is it's hot. Nothing's moving. If the winds are 5 miles an hour, that'd be great. Spotty clouds, I would guess, because the last couple of days, it has rained unbelievable at the end of the evening. So be careful for that. Expect some evening showers. Winds are coming out of the south. Not really moving, so it's hard to tell. And I'm going to say it's about 84 degrees.
He's a golfer, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, so...
You watch that Wyndham Clark?
Oh, man. Yeah, I did. Look, there was a bunch of times in that round where I went...
Squeaky cheeks.
But the problem is that he built a substantial lead, and somebody was going to have to play an unbelievable round,
right, to
get close, and he was able to keep it just far away. So he never. I think if somebody had tied him for the lead, right, then maybe mentally you start thinking about it because you think you got to press to get the lead back. But he always had a one-shot lead. And so from that standpoint, he was always able to, and then he got it to 2 shots again, and then he missed a little short putt and was down to 1 shot, and he played the last hole pretty good. So he parred the last hole to win. But yeah, it was because with these tournaments, like especially at that moment, you never know when they play a bad hole if that means mentally they're losing it, right? But that golf course was so hard. I think 3 guys wanted to par. I thought the winner would be over par, but he got out to such a good start. Think about this. He would have won by 3 shots if we would have quit after 1 round.
Crazy.
Right. It was crazy that score was shot on that golf course. And then he just basically hung on.
Let me tell you, the start off this week, the world's biggest soccer tournament continues, and you can trade the entire tournament on Kalshi. On Kalshi, you can trade every match from the opening stage all the way to the final shot to Team USA, by the way, advancing. They beat the Socceroos 2-0 and advanced. But today we got Argentina and Austria. Messi, can he do it again? You think Messi's going to score today? That's currently trading at 52% off his hat trick, so a $100 trade pays out $186. You think he can score 2 goals? That's 18%. So a $100 trade pays out at $525. All of that going on today. If you want to take Argentina is trading at 70%. They're an overwhelming favorite today. Maybe you think they'll be up by more than a goal and a half at halftime. That's trading at 41%. So check it all out on Kalshi. You can also check out the Giannis market right now. It's a little volatile for the Heat. So I don't know if you want to look at that right now. I probably should have taken the payout on Saturday when all that noise was going on. Either way, on Kalshi, you're trading against your peers in a live market, meaning there's no house and the probabilities change. You can buy in or out of your position. And for a limited time, you download the Kalshi app. Use my promo code Tobin to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, Kalshi. Trade the beautiful game. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk. It may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Happy Monday to everybody out there. The World Football Scoreboard is brought to you by your local Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks is truly unmatched for every match with 29-degree drafts of Michelob Ultra, spicy margaritas made with Casamigos, and unrivaled views all tournament. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, scenic views. Today, here's your lineup in the World Football Scoreboard. 1 o'clock, you got Messi and Argentina. They're back at it, taking on Austria. Then at 5 o'clock, we got France and Iraq. Later on tonight at 8 o'clock, we got Norway and Senegal. And then the late game, Jordan and Algeria. So that's what we got coming up today. But
like watching just the overall, I watched some games, but I'm in and out.
Yep.
And I rely on, how can I put this? What I've been told as far as countries being good. But we just make assumptions what countries are good, and some of them aren't doing well. Right?
Who are you referring to?
So I watched Paraguay, right? Or Uruguay. Who's Solana's from? So,
Uruguay?
Yeah. And
yes,
I'm like,
they've been very disappointing.
Yeah, like I'm like,
but I don't think nobody thinks Uruguay was going to win the thing. Like,
no, but just like I was expecting, just teams to play like. Okay.
The only thing you can say though is the Cabo Verde tied Spain, who was looking
right, and that's where I was getting to is that, like this happens in all the sports. If your team has done well, we assume they're going to do well and continue. And yet from the sport that I've been in, it's like everybody's chasing you. And sometimes they catch up to you with talent or how they play, and you don't even notice it. And are there some teams in the tournament that have, come out of nowhere, not simply because they haven't gotten better, but because we just make the assumption that that country's not going to have a good soccer team.
Yeah, probably USA. Yeah, I think probably USA.
That's too. That too.
Probably. Right. Honestly, if you were to say like who's been probably the most surprising, dominant team so far,
correct.
And I got to tell you, Australia, you embarrassed the hell out of yourself in that second half. The theatrics were disgraceful to try.
It almost made it unwatchable.
Oh, it's really rough. I mean, you see these guys writhing in pain, and then they go to the replay and they're not even touched. It was embarrassing to see. It really, really was. But they advanced. I mean, USA has been killing it. They've been absolutely awesome. So we'll see. But I think the thing that has been fun is like there's been a lot of the stars have come out to play. Like that's been really exciting. Egypt's free, was going crazy yesterday for their first win. Mo Salah had a big performance. He's like celebrating in the streets. It was all cool, man. I think that's been a vibe. Scotland is taking over Lone Depot tonight. Do you know that?
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Scotland.
They drank Boston out of beer.
And
guess what Lone Depot's doing? Got a section for you right over here.
I think the section is the stadium, dude. I think they're taking over the entire stadium today. So that Marlins game, by the way, shout out to the Marlins. They're coming off a sweep this weekend. Kicked the crap out of the San Francisco Giants. Kyle Stowers is looking all the way back.
I just got your text. Morel.
Oh.
Like
what a day.
I thought so Brittany, when I saw the text, Happy Father's Day to me, because I'm running around too. I'm thinking, oh, that's right. Let me wish my brothers a Happy Father's Day. I hadn't even read the text. I just saw Happy Father's Day to me as if like you knuckleheads didn't wish me Happy Father's Day. That's how I saw the text. And then I went back because then I saw when I sent the text, it was like everybody was just replying to that text, right? So then I go back and read it. I'm like, oh, all right.
Yeah, Christopher Morel was designated for assignment. A great day yesterday. That was a roller coaster of emotions yesterday. It was like woo high. Then I thought I was losing Bob. Then I was back high again for Brady Tkachuk. Then I was then
Giannis
I was
thing. Where are you? Right here.
I don't feel confident. I don't feel very confident, to be honest
Is
with
that
you.
because you got scar tissue, or you really? So if I make you Milwaukee, right? And I look at it this way. Let's look at it realistically.
Let's do this.
Yes.
We gotta take a break because we're off clock a little bit. We'll come back. We'll unpack the whole Giannis thing on where things stand right now because I don't want to short you, and I also don't want to put the clock on blast. So we'll take a break. We'll get into all things Giannis coming on up here on the show on where things stand, where things were. Things seemed very hot and heavy on Saturday night. Now it seems like we're gonna get a decision, but it's between basically the Heat and Boston. Shams is finally back out and reporting deets on it. So we'll get into all that coming up here on Tobin and Leroy after this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. We'll take you guys up until 2 here on the program as we are on Giannis watch with every hour that goes by as will he get traded before the draft. So today, here's where things stand, all right? This was Sham Sharania today was on Jet Up. And he said that he will be traded before the draft. That he said that is the place it's going to go. That this is coming down to Miami or Boston. Everybody now is away from the nonsense that Jaylen Brown is not on the table or they're fine. In fact, Windhorst is out here saying today, even if Jaylen Brown doesn't end up in Milwaukee, they're probably trading Jaylen Brown. Like they apparently are at the point where they're moving on from Jaylen Brown regardless.
Which is crazy in itself when you like most sports are, talent acquisition, has a talent acquisition proponent. And I don't know if you're going to get anybody as good as Jaylen Brown in return.
Yeah, it is crazy that they've gotten to that point, but also not surprising based on how you've heard his comments towards the end of the year. It sounds like, though, this was the interesting thing to me. Sham said that if Milwaukee goes with the Celtics offer, Jaylen Brown will be in Milwaukee. That they are not flipping Jaylen Brown, that they are going to keep Jaylen Brown and play Jaylen Brown, which we have heard reports that Jaylen Brown wouldn't want to be in Milwaukee. So we'll see where that goes. I mean, maybe this is just get this thing done by the draft, get their guy and put this behind them. And then again, they can go to work on trading another star. It's kind of, I talked about this on Friday. I think that's unbelievably weird. Like, why wouldn't you just trade one guy, get your package instead of trading for a guy who's probably going to be disgruntled being there anyway? But as Leroy has pointed out and is very familiar with, this is a weird ass owner. I mean, like, he's very, very temperamental. He has done crazy things like pay a quarterback $240 million guaranteed with a massage scandal hanging over his head, not cleared. He has traded
his best player.
He traded his best player, but he also paid that guy for basically multiple times to keep him in Cleveland before relenting on it.
Right.
So, and he seems very much in the forefront of this Milwaukee movement than he ever has, because it used to be Wes Edens kind of as the guy, and John Horst would get to go things. Don't know if the GM gets to call the shots here. Now, listen, I don't really want to. I don't care what the reasoning is. Like, look, the Heat, if they end up losing out to the Celtics in this, is still going to look unbelievably bad. I mean, you're going into this thing with a situation where you are once again going to lose out to them in another summer derby. Been my kind of whole point, the entire thing. I don't even think I want Giannis that bad. I just don't want to lose to the Celtics.
So
I don't want the Heat losing to the Celtics. And they may just be in a position where this guy wants to hold up instead of a responsible package, that he's just like, I got Jaylen Brown. He was a better player than Giannis last year anyway.
So here's the deal. I like to look at these situations from a common sense, which, let's just say this, everybody involved doesn't always have common sense, because we just talked about a guy who gave $240 million to a guy that we all knew was going to miss time, and you didn't have a quarterback. So let's start there. But here's the deal. If you want picks and young players, the Jaylen Brown pick doesn't make sense, because you're not there yet. And you're going to pay 60, 70 plus million to a guy and you have no support around him.
Yeah, it's going to be him, Miles Turner.
Right.
I guess Bobby Portis is going to stick around.
So the thing about what the Heat have that makes this a more appealing deal, and you have to understand, just sports is cyclical. Okay, when teams see something work with success, they try to emulate that. Who had the most recent success doing that? That would be Oklahoma City. They got a boatload of picks. They got a boatload of young players, and they still have picks. So if you're thinking like that and thinking about who had the most recent success trading a star, right? It would be them. And the way they did it was acquiring a boatload of picks. You don't do it by getting rid of an old star and bringing in another star, because you're getting rid of that guy because he's got no supporting cast. So it makes no sense from a common sense perspective. It makes no sense to get Jaylen Brown if you're going to keep it. None. That being said, every time I think of a rational argument here, and that is why the Heat's offer is better, for not necessarily better than what you're going to get in return, but for what you want to do as a franchise in Milwaukee. Every time I say, yep, you make sense, I give myself dap, I think Deshaun Watson.
Of course. How could you not?
And so from that standpoint, right? As long as people are involved, common sense be damned. Because franchises and organizations have made moves that made no damn sense ever since we've been following sports.
But this is the thing, though, dude. If you're the Miami Heat, if you come out of this thing without them, you can't go to your fan base and be like, oh, but the Bucks owner's crazy. Like, you did that thing with Joe Cronin. No one's going to want to hear that, because
Right.
every time it's somebody else, it's Jimmy's fault. It's Joe Cronin's fault. It's the crazy Bucks owner fault. It's like, how come you guys are never in a position to make it the package that gets it done? You know, like, it's never done. So, all right, you're in a situation right now where you know you have an owner who's a star bleeper and that he wants it. How do you finesse this to make that not happen? Because Boston is really going, if Boston is able to swing the disgruntled Jaylen Brown situation, because they're going to move him no matter what, and they turn it into Giannis without giving anything else up, and you basically sat here saying we're offering our entire roster basically outside of picks outside of Bam Adebayo, and you still couldn't get it done. Yeah, there's probably part of you that's like, what are we supposed to do? But also, like, what's going on in these negotiations where, like, you can't find the path to ever get it over the goal line? How is it possible? How is it always everybody else's fault that this happens? And, dude, if this happens, like, I just don't know where the fan base's faith is ever going to be with this regime. So for the time being, because we did this last year with Kevin Durant, where you sat here and you were like, yeah, we got this. And by the way, I think we're on the anniversary of the Durant trade happening. You did this with Damian Lillard, and now we're going to go through this another summer with Giannis. And two of those, we had to do it twice, because the KD thing happened at the deadline and then in the summer. And then this one happened at the deadline and then in the summer. Like, you're just becoming a punchline at this point if you can't get Giannis. You just are. Because every single time you got to drag, it's not just that you guys are in these talks, but you got to drag your fan base through the same roller coaster time and time again. It's why I haven't been moving the same this summer. It's why I haven't put on the captain's hat. It's why I haven't been doing the whale sounds, because I've been terrified about this happening. And even on Saturday night, Leroy, I know you're not on social media like I am, but there was all this social media vague posting, which I was trying to allow myself to get excited about, but I almost found myself staring at the orca being pulled in like Green Goblin and Spider-Man. I almost found myself coming back. And I'm just like, I am not going to celebrate until I see a tweet that says Giannis has been traded to the Miami Heat, because I am terrified, rightfully so, about having my heart stomped on again. And right now we're sitting on a spot where, okay, whatever happened where everybody around this thing was confident. I mean, we were talking, people were talking on Saturday Night, Leroy. They were talking about Tyler Herro to Detroit is already picking up steam. LA maybe getting Kel'el Ware and a 4-team trade. Like, it was going. Everybody had these machinations. You know, the Bucks are going to get 6 picks. The Heat are going to get Giannis and I think it was Beef Stew, or maybe it was Giannis and somebody else. Or maybe Beef Stew was going somewhere else. Dude, it was all over the place. And then in 24 hours, it just went dead silent. And now we're sitting here and be like, Shams is up here being like, no other teams are going to be involved. It's going to be the Heat, the Celtics. They're going to be direct deals. That's it. That's going to be the trade, and we're going to be here. And I'm just like, I can't believe we're getting strung along like this again. And if you can't get this done, and if Pat Riley and the entire front office and ownership loses to Brad Stevens again, I don't know what it's going to take for this fan base to have faith in the Miami Heat again. And look, they've built up a lot of goodwill. They've had a lot of success. But you can only take your fan base on an emotional roller coaster for so many years in a row. And the team has been getting worse, and there's been no major acquisitions to make them better.
Well, the crazy thing that you also have to consider, everybody else in the NBA is trying to get to where the Heat are now with young talent and letting them play and letting them grow together. And Heat are playing young player games, right? So they're not about those young players. Somebody in the chat said, Leroy, they did get SGA in a trade, but wasn't that that was a draft day trade?
No, it was a trade. He played for the Clippers. He was drafted by the Clippers, and then he got traded in the Paul George trade.
Did he play a year or?
He was young.
He was very young.
He was young, but he played for the Clippers before he was traded.
Right. So look, and again, I get that Jaylen Brown's only 29, but 29 attached to 70 million or 60 million is pretty steep when the rest of your team is going to be draft picks and young guys. They're on a different time frame, right? And what ends up happening is you end up having to move Jaylen Brown also. I think that I do believe this, that the Heat will get Milwaukee kind of where they want to be sooner than you having to make 3 or 4 additional moves to get there.
Agreed. But but again, it goes back to what do they want to hold up as the win? Do they want to hold up as, you know, hey, we got multiple lottery picks and we're going to get all these guys in a great draft and we have this. Right. I mean, listen, let me tell you something, Leroy. We did this interview with Udonis Haslem on Friday. I don't know where the hell it is or going to get released. I was ready to back out of the Giannis trade. The way he was talking about Kel'el Ware, I was ready to back out. I'm like, I don't think I could trade that guy.
Listen, you know how I feel. Everybody has gotten on me for feeling that way about Kel'el.
Sure.
Right? Like, oh, I'm like, okay. I backed off. I think Kel'el's going to be a tremendous player. I don't think guys built like him and have the skill set that he has, you see every day. You don't. So from that standpoint, it is not Kel'el's fault that you played mental gymnastics with him. Right? If he was in any of the other 29 teams in the NBA, he would have played 75 games with 30 minutes a game, and they would have fought through it and struggled through it and coached him up. Any other franchise.
Where's your confidence right now, Brittany? Where are you at? Where have you been with this whole roller coaster over the weekend?
So on Saturday, when I saw the same reports that you did about the 3-team trade, I felt really confident. I was like, oh, this is happening. And even yesterday, I thought at some point I'm going to get this notification that we got Giannis. Like, I was feeling really confident. Then this morning, the reports came out about the Celtics and how they are willing to give up Jaylen Brown. And my confidence went completely to the floor. I don't think that we're going to get Giannis. I just don't see a world where it happens.
I think that they've been willing to give up Jaylen Brown the whole time. I think the thing that I've been confused about, and I talked about this on Friday again, is like, I just didn't see the benefit of them getting just Jaylen Brown. Now, maybe they'll get, if they get Jaylen Brown and 3 first-round picks, then legitimately the Heat couldn't do anything that's going to top that, because then they could either keep Jaylen Brown, got the same amount of picks, and they could then flip Jaylen Brown if they want to. But the way it's always been reported is, oh, they're just going to get Jaylen Brown. And I just was very confused by that.
Like a 1-for-1 trade doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make it just patently doesn't make sense.
Mm.
But sometimes you don't get to really reason with whatever an organization wants in this whole thing.
It's like what Portland did to us with Dame. It's like it didn't make sense. That trade didn't make sense.
Yeah. So I don't know, but obviously my confidence is low because why would it be high? I mean, why would we be in a spot where it was high with how the pattern always goes with this?
We've had confidence in the organization before.
Right.
And saying that, oh, it's Pat Riley, it's the Miami Heat. They always manage to get these things done. And after a couple of times of it being swing and miss, now it's okay to be a little skeptical because you're not sure, right? You are not sure. And, and that's the part of it that's frustrating.
They haven't dazzled us with the moves in Jimmy Butler. They haven't. They've had a couple good ones, like they've had the Andre Iguodala, Jay Crowder trade. They had, maybe getting, and they've made improvements like signing Kyle Lowry and getting PJ Tucker, but they haven't wowed us with they haven't done a Bill Zito in 6 years. They haven't done a Bill Zito's doing this year after year. Bill Zito's like, you want Tkachuk, you want Sam Reinhart, you want Sam Bennett, you want Brad Marchand, boom, 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 boom. Like he's just got one after the other after the other.
Right.
And I understand that the mechanisms are a little different because there's no trades in hockey and things like that.
And here's the thing. Like, I don't necessarily know if we hear about the deals that he's making that don't go through because they're winning. So every deal that he makes, we look at, right? Like, oh, that's Bill Zito doing it again. When you look at the Heat, it's like every deal that can be made, everybody knows about it. And when they don't make it, right, you're like, oh, Pat's lost it. But Bill Zito could have the same success rate too.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're winning, they have more assets, he kind of can always pull these trades off.
The thing is, I just think more so than even needing Giannis, the Miami Heat need to win by getting Giannis. And just to restore the morale of the fan base, and everything else can be figured out after that. But if they don't, it's not that there won't be other pivot moves. Maybe they can go and figure something else out.
Right.
I don't know. But it's going to be just such another blow to the faith the fan base is at right now because it's hanging on by a thread. We'll take a break. We're back after this. Back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Give you a weather report brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Storm season is coming. Make sure your home is ready. Get your free roof and window estimate today. Visit tornadoroofing.com. Currently, right now in Miami, 88 degrees with a high of 91. Sunny.
So for the rest of the day, it's only going to warm up 3 more degrees.
Well, I don't know what the feels like is like.
I mean, that doesn't even sound right.
I don't know what the feels like is like.
At 11 o'clock, nah.
It also
be warming in 93.
It says right now the feels like is currently 92, but it is 88.
Right.
You respect the feels like?
No.
And then also on my phone it says air quality alert.
Yeah.
So,
when we went to drop
more
Rebecca off, there was smoke coming out of the bushes next to the turnpike, and you could see just giant plumes of smoke.
Sheesh. Yeah,
heading down to FIU. It looked crazy.
It says Miami-Dade County Division of Environmental Resources Management has issued an air quality alert for fine particles. Nope, read that wrong. Fine particulates.
Yeah, the ash.
Okay. Well, careful, everybody out there.
And I see why they closed the turnpike a couple of days ago, because you could barely see. Like, it's not just the smoke. You couldn't see down the highway. You could barely read the signs.
Did Jennifer just hit me with a my guy?
Yeah, she did. Because where have you been?
What do you mean?
With the fire.
With the
They're
fire.
crazy.
I didn't know it was still going on.
It's been going on for like a week, 2
What
weeks?
rain have you seen?
I mean, I've looked at the weather in Miami
It
every
poured
single
by
day.
me.
I've looked at the weather in Miami every single day. This is the first time I've seen the air quality alert. Why are you guys getting mad at me?
It was it was air quality for the last 2
It was
weeks.
the Dragons coming back. Jeez.
Hey,
Very, I'm already in a very sensitive spot right now with Sergei Bobrovsky leaving me and Giannis going to the Celtics.
watched it last night.
Yeah, I didn't see all of it. I mean, you could say what you want. I kind of get it, Dragons, but I by the time I got done with Love Island, I only could get like the first half hour of Dragons in before I fell asleep.
It is action to start it off. And a rogue dragon.
Always got to be a rogue dragon. Dade South says there's heat everywhere except 601 Biscayne Boulevard. That's right. Are they really gonna, like, hey Pat, are you really gonna make me cram for the draft show tomorrow? Is this what's gonna happen, dude?
So draft's on Thursday?
No, it's tomorrow.
23rd.
Tomorrow, dude.
It's the NHL draft that's on
The NHL draft is Friday, but
Friday on the 26th.
Something tells me that the Panthers are canceling that. Unless they're just going to have a Brady Tkachuk welcome party. That'd be fun.
Oh, they could do that.
They could do that. The Panthers, by the way, headlines brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com. The Panthers have revealed that Brady Tkachuk will wear number 8. Number 8. They are printing sweaters right now for Pantherland. This was a statement from Bill Zito on the acquisition of Brady Tkachuk. Brady is a dynamic competitor and one of the most physical and relentless forwards in the league, a proven leader, and exactly the type of player we want in our locker room. He strives to make everyone around him to be better both on and off the ice. Bill Zito getting it done again. You knew that you knew that number 9 was not going to last with the Cats, but he's when you saw him making moves with Seattle yesterday, you figured something was happening. I thought it was going to be Hellebuck. I really just didn't think there was, with the Brady Tkachuk thing and all the reports out of Ottawa are saying people just got really sick of it as far as like asking about his future. He had, I think, 2 years left on his deal. So he can't even sign an extension until after this year.
Right.
But apparently, like, even in the locker room, is what they're saying. Oh, we're sick of talking about what's Brady Tkachuk's future. Is he going to stick around? And certainly the Olympics didn't help. But they're calling him every name in the book in Canada. I mean, look,
and here's the deal. Out of curiosity, how much do you think they care? he cares.
How much do I think that he cares?
Yeah.
He gets to play hockey with his brother in Florida. I think he's going to be all right.
Right, but I'm saying with all the stuff they were saying about him.
He seemed, I mean, I look, I don't know his personality very well, but he seemed like in the press conferences that I see, like he was the captain of that franchise. I think he did care a lot about trying to do what he could. They made the playoffs this year. I think he got his first playoff win.
Right.
But like I think the writing was kind of on the wall for Ottawa. They were always fighting for their lives, and he's got a chance to join a juggernaut where he doesn't have to carry the team.
Right.
And people are, the hockey aficionados out there will be like, whoa, you gave up 3 first-round picks for a guy who's not even a top 20 player in the league. It's like, yeah, but he doesn't have to be even a top 5 player on this team. Like, and the Panthers are never going to have that. The Panthers here's the way you look at it. The Panthers this year had catastrophe fall in their lap with all the injuries they had.
Mm-hmm.
Barkov in camp, didn't get Tkachuk back till the middle of the season. Marchand wore down. Seth Jones took a puck off the collarbone. A dude's feet got blown off by a grill. Everything worked against them this year, and they fell into a situation after the Seth Jones trade where they got an asset they probably never thought they were ever going to have.
Right.
And so Bill Zito, like a good general manager, was not going to let that go by. And if he looked around the landscape and you were going to say, all right, what do we do here as far as the next move? He wasn't going to waste time. Like, everybody knew that, that Matthew Tkachuk, like, the heartbeat of the team is Alexander Barkov, but the attitude of the team is Matthew Tkachuk.
Correct.
And you add his brother next to him, and you make him even more dynamic. Like, it's just going to add to their character of being this intimidating, physical team. He's going to be 27 before the season. Ridiculous. So you're even getting a little bit younger on your team that was getting maybe a wee long in the tooth, even though they're not old, except for Marshy and Bob, if Bob is back. Now the question is, he's got one obvious task left is he's got to figure out what they're going to do at goalie. And we don't know yet, because all the word has been that Bob is asking for a ton of dough. I would say, based on the fact that he hasn't signed his extension, that seems like it would be true. But there is also that decision of, does Bob really want to leave South Florida? We know he loves it here. Or does what is the level of the Panthers believing in his age anymore?
Right.
But I think they do believe in him. I think there's just going to be this place to find the happy medium, and whether that's a 3-year deal or a 4-year deal with a wink, at the end, with whatever cap gymnastics they have to do. But just another home run by Bill Zito, dude. You're like, oh, here's what I did. Let me get this straight. I turned the number 9 pick that fell ass backwards into our hands this year, and I flipped a young, maybe budding prospect in Mackie Samoskevich, who was, I think, you were probably expecting a little bit more from this year, but he was also very snake bit, like, just, for whatever, like, had the worst luck on goals this year, but also was going to be looking for his extension. Is he going to be in a place where, like, are they going to be looking at him and be like, yeah, we're going to lean on Mackie Samoskevich again? No, they just saw Carolina win the cup on the sidelines. That pissed them off. That's a rival. They're playing for keeps, dude. They're not going to sit here idly by and be like, yeah, oh, that 25th overall pick. And by the way, the one that they even gave up down the road is top 10 protected. So they could do this thing again if everything went completely awry. The only way this doesn't work is if, the goalie thing is a complete disaster. And David Dwork's talked about this, and you could read in his article last night, like, that organization truly believes in their goaltending excellence department, that they're going to find the value somewhere. They're going to probably have to figure out this regular season and manage Bob if he's back, or, maybe they do bring in a Binnington and something like that, and try Tarasoff again. Don't know, but I do know that this guy, this Bill Zito, he gets his focus in on a star trade. He uses the leverage beautifully. The guy was an agent himself, and he's got the entire hockey world furious, because everybody wants to be down here, and everybody hates the Tkachuks.
So I think about it this way and try to think about it this way. A good GM, and you look at good GMs in all sports, in most cases will get rid of a star player that still has value before he gets to the end of the road and get more assets, because your job as a GM is to have the franchise run over a period of years and not until just this group of players gets old. And there's been a number of teams that have had success, namely Bill Belichick never held on to a guy. Never. Famously got rid of Tom Brady because he didn't think he had the chance to just let it go and move on. So I look at it from that standpoint also. It's not that they don't think Bob is going to be good next year, but if you can get somebody that's going to be decent for 4 years and hope that Bob is better, which one do you go with if you can then bring in assets?
Yeah, it's tough to know right now.
And that's kind of how you have to, but that's the difference between the GM and what we do.
Yeah, but it's also it's going to depend on whether they want to move somebody else, because they don't have a ton of money left, obviously, with making this Tkachuk signing or this Tkachuk trade. So it's going to depend. Like, they're going to need to if they're going to need some kind of a bargain here from Bob or whoever they bring in.
Sure. Sure. Or get rid of another piece and get another, say, draft pick, right? And go that route. So you get some stability at one position, then you get some either trade value, or you bring in a young player next year, or even in this draft if you do it soon enough. So that's kind of how I'm thinking they're going about it, right? It really, put it this way, I don't think it has anything to do with how great Bob is. I think it has to do with, we're looking at this franchise 2 years from now and the timeline that everybody else is on. We would be doing a disservice if we weren't doing that at every position, and then we hit a wall at one position and everybody else is kind of just spinning their wheels.
My argument, though, is it's so hard to say he hit. Like, I know the age thing is scary, but I just think it's a hard thing to look at and be like, hey, last year was a reflection of him when it wasn't a reflection of your organization.
Right.
And from my standpoint, you made the Spencer Knight trade with the belief that Sergei Bobrovsky could play into his 40s. Like, that's just a fact. You guys, we all knew what the age was when you made the Seth Jones trade. Yeah. So I don't know why that would suddenly back off. Like, I'm
not saying they ever backed off of it. I'm just saying that at that time they were thinking, okay, we can get another 2 years out of Bob, or 3 years, or whatever. And now the thinking is just a little bit different. It evolves. It changes all the time. You can't be consistent. You can't be consistent with your thought process. Your thought process on how you're going to keep the team going has to evolve also, with opportunities, with talent, with what you can get. It's always a constant thing. It's never sitting still. So what they thought 2 years ago could 100% be different than what they think now of their situation and how they're going to move forward. That always happens.
The headlines are brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the price Zito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com. Still shook by getting hit with a my guy from Jennifer.
Yeah, dude, the smoke, I can't even explain to you.
Though.
I cannot explain to you that plume of smoke. There's two plumes of smoke when you take the turnpike towards FIU. It was brutal. I'm like, wow, the turnpike's reopened? I can barely see.
Crazy. So today at 1 o'clock, Messi and Argentina back at it. So if you guys want to see the GOAT in action, that'll get going at 1 on Friday. Team USA beat Australia. Didgeridoo 2-0. They advanced to the knockout stage. They'll have another game this week against Turkey. And the Marlins, they're back at it today against the Texas Rangers. They swept the San Francisco Giants. Marlins 14-4 in June. 14-4 in June.
Amazing.
2 over 500. And Kyle Stowers red hot. So they get going today, 6:40. Tyler Phillips is on the hill for the fish. And yeah, we remain on Giannis watch, dude. We'll keep you posted. The update today is it's a 2-horse race. It's Miami Boston from Shams. Boston's willing to trade Jaylen Brown, and that they expect the trade to be done by the draft. So I would imagine we're gonna get an answer today, but who knows? Who knows? We'll take a break. More to come. We're back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Leroy will hand out his game balls and game bums coming up later on this hour. Guy says on the chat, I'm just stopping by to see how you guys are blaming Pat Riley and the Heat because the Celtics decided to trade away their finals MVP for Giannis. Sometimes you guys have to admit in life that you could do what you want, but then the world is doing other things. Like, how powerful do you expect one person to be? I don't really get your point, sir. Your point is how are we blaming Pat Riley? Because Pat Riley hasn't gotten a star trade done in 6 years.
That's not what
and what I would say is you had a negotiation. You've had more knowledge on what the Bucks have wanted for Giannis longer than the Celtics have, going back to the trade deadline.
Okay.
And have never done anything to really sweeten your pot, Leroy.
Okay, but here's the deal. Say if you have a so-called agreement with Milwaukee and they say this is what it's going to take, and you say, okay, fine. Then they take your deal and go to other places and try to sweeten up that deal and say the Heat gave them their best offer and they go somewhere else and somebody else comes up with a better deal. I think that's where he's getting at. That maybe, and I tried to point it out earlier, that the reason why I think the Heat have a better deal is because the Jaylen Brown Giannis thing is a lateral move, and then you're going to spend all your assets trying to put players around Jaylen Brown now. When in actuality, you should just be going young and resetting. That's what Milwaukee should be doing. If they trade for Jaylen Brown, they're either going to have to trade Jaylen Brown, which they say they're not going to do, or you're going to be in the same situation you were with Giannis trying to put talent around him. Now, what if they decide to go that route? The Miami Heat can't do nothing about that.
Look, it is ultimately in Milwaukee's hands.
That's all he's saying.
But again, you've been in these negotiations with a team for 6 months now, essentially. So you would have known what they have wanted for a long time. And look, I agree. Trading just Jaylen Brown for Giannis Antetokounmpo doesn't make a whole lot of hell of a sense to me. That's why I've thought like the only way it does make sense is if Boston is also throwing in picks. You also in that transition from when you weren't able to get him at the trade deadline, which was reported the Heat were close. Good for them. They lead the league in close trades. That used to be Boston's thing. They used to lead the league in close trades. That was a Danny H special. But you've gotten now a higher pick than them in the aftermath of all of that.
Right.
And yet still we're sitting here and we're like, I don't know if I want to have everything gutted from our roster. Dude, you guys are sitting here. You know it's going to take an arm and a leg to get the guy done. The whole point of all this, you guys sit here after every season saying we want to put something around Bam. We want to put something around Bam. And then everything, but we don't want to leave Bam with nothing. No, what Bam wants is a top 10 player to play next to. I'm sure he loves all of his guys. I'm sure he does. But you're banging your head against the wall if you're going to go at this and be like, yeah, unless, you're going to go into this season like, I don't know, actually investing in your young guys to play them. But don't sit here and be like, oh, we're going to be able to have internal development and that's going to get us turned around. You guys have known about this and what they've wanted longer than anybody else. And for them to get foisted at the end by what seemingly would just be an owner tantrum, yeah, that's still a bad negotiation because what happened in those negotiations, you handled it that bad that what they would take back as a guy who doesn't even want to play for their team.
But again, you're assuming that if they trade for Jaylen Brown, that meant the Heat's deal wasn't good enough.
Yes.
And it doesn't, no. Like sometimes teams make decisions and it has nothing to do with that.
If I told you today, Leroy, if it comes out that the Miami Heat didn't make this trade because they didn't want to trade Pelle Larsson in the deal,
I'd be pissed.
if that's what comes out, that they didn't want to trade Pelle Larsson alongside Kel'el Ware, Tyler Herro, and their draft picks and the swaps, and that the Boston Celtics just said, we'll give you Jaylen Brown, and you found out that it was just one of those players, and the Heat are going to sit here and they're going to be like, it was an unreasonable owner. Yeah. Every single time, that's what they come back and they say. So, all right, there's something to, you're dealing with a crazy owner, but there's also something to the art of, you got to know who you're negotiating with. And every single time that he come back here and they're like, oh, this guy's crazy. Okay, well, so, how come every one of these negotiations is always going squirrely on you guys? That there has to be some accountability on that from the organization too. And this isn't just about the Giannis thing. This goes back yonder, every single deal that they've missed out on in the last 5 years. It can't always be somebody else. If you're the one who keep going up to the plate and you keep striking out, it can't always be, oh man, got us again.
Well, but before the situation was a little different, because before there was a list of guys they wouldn't give up. There's no list now, right? Other than Bam.
We don't know. Well, that's what
we don't know. We don't know. But say you go to a dealership to buy a car, right? And you say, give me your best offer. And they put the offer on paper and they give it to you. The first thing you do is take that offer to another dealership. And if that dealership comes with a better offer, you just take the better offer because they told you that was their best offer. I don't know if between the Heat, because it sounds like the Heat and Milwaukee had worked something out. Here's what we're going to trade. Here's what. Is there anything else you want? No, we want the picks. We want these players, so forth and so on. Right? And then they start shopping that deal. And I think if they come back to the Heat and try to, play the Heat against Boston, that's a different story. But if they just take Jaylen Brown, there weren't any negotiations in that. There wasn't no competing. That they took the Heat's offer, said we'd agree to that, took that offer to somebody else, and said, oh, we'd rather have Jaylen Brown. For whatever reasons. It doesn't make a lot of sense to get rid of Giannis and then add another guy that's going to be making 60, 70 million.
But what if the thing that sent them back to Jaylen Brown was, we don't want to give up Pelle Larsson or Kasper Jakachonis?
Then if that comes out, then I'm with you. But if that comes out, I'm with you. And that's what has plagued these trades before.
Yeah.
But I thought we were past that.
That's what they always
say. So if we're not, then there's a bigger discussion to be had. But it seemed like that the deal was pretty much done. And they haven't gotten, and here's the deal. Sometimes to save face, you'll take a worse deal once it gets out there. You understand what I'm saying?
No, like they've already, like this is the thing that's the wild card with Milwaukee. They've already, even if Jaylen Brown doesn't want to play there, they've already dealt with the wild card. They did this with Dame. Dame didn't want to be in Milwaukee.
Right.
He didn't want to be in Milwaukee at all. And they've been in that position before. So I don't think that's going to scare them off. Oh, he doesn't want to play in Milwaukee.
But it should.
But from my perspective,
scare them off because they're either going to rebuild, go young, which it seems like that's what they're trying to do. Well, but if you bring in another vet, you're in the same spot you were with Giannis.
That to me is the only place. There's only two places where the Heat can really just be like, throw up their hands and be like, we couldn't beat that. And that's if they get Jaylen, if the Bucks get Jaylen Brown and picks, or, and this is kind of what similar happened last year with KD, there is a team in the top 10 in the draft that they're going to flip Jaylen Brown for. So let's say Jaylen Brown gets traded to them, they're flipping him to the Clippers for the number 5 pick, or they're flipping him to Atlanta for the number 8 pick. Right. And at that point, you're kind of just like, well, okay, we really couldn't beat that. But it also puts you in this spot of like, how you guys always put yourself in these negotiations where like your fan base really thinks you're going to get a guy and then foist it again. Like I think it's a bad person. Like no other team is in these talks. Like you could have nuked these talks, be like, you know what, Milwaukee's ridiculous. We're out of these talks. But it's never that. It's always to the end, to strung along till the end. So there could always be that play too of like, hey, all of your guys now think that they've been in trade discussions all summer. You didn't know you were dealing with a kook. You were hoped to get this done. And once again, you couldn't get it done. And somebody else in your conference, by the way. And this is where we sit. So we'll follow it though. If you want to follow it on Kalshi right now, that Miami number's plummeted 36%. Yikes. Boston at 64. Let me tell you something. It wasn't that on Saturday night. You can also trade the world's biggest soccer tournament as that continues, and the entire tournament on Kalshi. You trade every match of the opening stage all the way to the final today. We got Argentina and Austria. If you think Argentina can be up by more than a goal and a half at halftime, that's trading at 41%. So a $100 trade gets you a $234 payout. Messi to score today. That's trading at 52% off his hat trick. So a $100 trade pays at $186. So you guys want to get a little something there with these beautiful games going on? Check it all out on Kalshi. You trade against peers in a live market meeting. There's no house and the probability changes. You can buy in or out of your position. And for a limited time, you download the Kalshi app. Use the code Tobin to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, Kalshi. Trade the beautiful game. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory. This guy's a ball. Oh, it is time, ladies and gentlemen, to gather around the locker room and for Leroy Hoare to hand out his game balls and game bums. What do you got for us today, Leroy?
All right, so got to give some credit to Wyndham Clark. He actually did win it on Friday. They say you can't win a golf tournament on Friday. Nobody was ever getting a 6 under. I told you it was going to be carnage. Nobody ever got. The problem was he didn't stay at 6 under. So he got up as high as 8, but struggled in the last round. But, over a course of 3 rounds, he gave himself that cushion. Squeaky cheeks a little bit, but nobody ever tied him. So good win for him. Finished it off with a par in the last hole.
A good window.
Not Cameron Young, who
Don't
was
shake your head, Brittany. That's a point.
Sam Burns. Sam Burns also finished the highest he's ever in a major. He was really good on Sunday, really good. But you shoot 3 under, and you're even par. You're still not. That's a great round of golf on the final day. You're still not catching a guy who started at 6 under if he doesn't just implode. My oh no is going to go to those fires. My game bum is going to go to those fires. They were brutal, and I had to hold back a little bit. I had to hold back dropping my baby off at school, and I was really down on that, along with the fact that she was very excited, and I didn't know how to take that.
Oh, she was a little too happy.
Oh my goodness!
I'm sorry.
It's like you think right? Oh, she's gonna miss us. You're like, deuces. I'll holler at y'all in a minute. Bye. I was like, wow. Along with the dude, the walks back into the car. Like they had a little system where you do the drop off.
Oh yeah.
They have people helping you, right? So they have people helping you. They put the stuff in the bins and then they walk you up to the room. So Mima, Mel, and Rebecca went and started, moving the stuff in her room. I had to go park the car. Now I ain't never been to that campus. So they say park at lot 5. The hell is lot 5? Right? So I'm driving around. I finally find somewhere to park. I park, right? And then I got to remember, I've been driving around in circles for like 20 minutes trying to find this parking spot. Where's the dorm? So now I'm walking around campus looking for the dorm, found it rather quickly.
The campus is not that big.
That was cool. It was fun dropping her off, but I was miserable at the same time. And it was on Father's Day. So
sorry.
That's my game bum. I was just, I don't know. It's kind of selfish feeling that bad, right?
You can feel how you want to feel, buddy. I don't think there's a rule book for this.
I know. I didn't think I would feel that bad because with Fonz, we had like a weekend at Universal and fun, right? Then we dropped them off and it was just different, right? So, yeah, that's my game bum. Like I had a bunch of game balls, the US, Dragon, that was awesome. Like I had a bunch of like, just the weekend was great except for those 5 hours of Sunday, right? That started with the smoke. Dude, it's bad. That smoke is bad.
I believe you. I just haven't seen it. I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that far away. I'm getting ash by my house. It's almost by FIU.
Well, that's the second one. The first
No,
one
I saw both plumes though.
Yeah, the first one is like more Doral area.
Right.
In Doral.
So other than that, it was I don't know if I was like, damn, it's Friday, right? we did the thing on Friday, so I didn't really think about it. By the way, I should have gave myself a game ball for kicking the soccer ball through the little hole.
I mean, you're still on that? Like, you did a great
No,
job.
no, no. You said I couldn't do it.
Well, you mean you didn't do the kick that I thought that you did. You didn't do the $10,000 kick.
Because it's 100 yards away.
That's why it's 10,000.
75 yards away.
I'm like, holy smokes. And by the way, I started to text you this. I went home on Friday.
Okay.
Got home, sat down, watched some golf. Went to get up. My hip didn't work.
Ooh.
I'm like, Mel, bring me an ice bag. Bring me an ice bag. I said, what happened? Tried to make the kick and that again with that. And I was like, I'm not telling Tobin. No way. But it went away in a day. So it was just like regular soreness.
Okay. Just regular soreness. That's good.
Yeah. So but right. I did at least you didn't destroy the studio kicking the ball. Who did that?
Who did that?
I don't know. But yeah, so that's it. It was a pretty, like, as far as sports, I even watched a great basketball game last night. The LA Sparks versus New York. What's her name? Nneka Ogwumike. Her sister is on NBA.
She's Chiney's sister?
Chiney's sister, yeah. Hit a 3-pointer with 1 second left. It was
that's cool.
That's fun. That doesn't like no matter what level of basketball you watching, if you see a final play on TV, tell me you don't stop to watch. So I watched like the last 3 minutes. That was exciting. Got me into to my show. Yeah. Good weekend other than dropping my sweet girl off.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah. I don't know if I was hurt more by dropping her off or more about how happy she was. I was like, wow, did I do something wrong?
Did she like text you afterwards or just like?
Oh, no, she's been blowing me up all day. So,
okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. She got me a bunch of shirts.
Nice.
And a card for Father's Day. Yeah. So, like, yeah, I'm happy, right? And sad, but all right. Yeah. It is what it is. I can't wait. Oh my goodness, you're gonna be when you got to drop Tommy or Sophie off.
We don't have to talk about things that don't happen for a while,
dude. I'm just telling you,
just not talk about it.
Huh?
We could just not talk about it.
No, we got to talk. We got to talk about it.
We got to talk about it.
I need you.
What happens in the future?
Yeah, you got some time.
That is Game Balls and Game Bums. We will get you caught up with your headlines and continue to follow a now working Twitter on the trade fodder that's out there. We'll take a break. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. We'll just get to our headlines this third hour of the program. Those are brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the price Zito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com. As your Miami Marlins, they will be back at it today. 6:40, fresh off their sweep of the San Francisco Giants. Marlins are on fire.
Yes, they are. Fun to watch.
They will be overtaken by Scots today at the ballpark, as that has become the rallying ground for Scotland as they get ready for their World Cup matchup. That's gonna be crazy. Looking forward to seeing that tonight.
Is since the U.S. has already moved on to the knockout stages, do you think they sit a lot of guys for their last match? Never mind. Sorry.
Why is he asking these things?
I know Christian Pulisic probably won't play because he's banged up. I'm gonna just go out and say it.
Agreed.
All right. Moving on.
What was the need for that?
I was just spitballing, curious. I was just curious. And my curiosity, I ask questions of my friends. To my friends. But you look at me in disgust. Like, I don't know. Are there like
Neither do we. That's the whole point.
all right. All right.
Hands up, Davy says baseball and fun to watch does not belong in the same sentence or same statement. I disagree. Baseball is fun to watch, and it flies now. That's the other thing. You know, baseball used to be killed for being boring and long. Baseball, like you go to the fridge for a ham sandwich, you come back, it's the 5th inning. Like, you know, it's flying these days, baby. It's going boom, boom. One of the fastest sports going. You got these timeouts left and right at the end of the NBA games. Football takes forever. Baseball is humming. It goes fast. The robots are taking over. It's a breeze.
I tell you what, they're getting good on these damn challenges too. Especially the catchers. Like, most of the time they're right. The hitters.
I saw hitters are the worst at it. Hitters are like, I saw one yesterday. I was watching while I was waiting for Uruguay to get going on Peacock, was also randomly Diamondbacks Twins. And one guy in the Twins, like he challenged one. It was literally right over the middle of the plate. I'm like, dude, what? Like, are you not embarrassed when that comes back? Like, I look at some of these things and I'm like, hey, Australia, when you act like that, like you got shot by a sniper and you never got touched, are you not embarrassed by that? Arkansas State, when you trust fall on the field, are you not humiliated by that? But when you say, I'm going to challenge that, and it's literally right down the plate for all to see, do you go to your manager and you just like, sorry about that one, I was in my feelings? How do you handle that?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, man. The Panthers, they traded for Brady Tkachuk yesterday. That's what Bill Zito does. He gets stuff done. They put 3 first-round picks in the deal. They dealt their number 9 pick. They got 25 from the Seattle Kraken, and then they also put in a future first-round pick. And Brady Tkachuk joins his brother down here in Sunrise as the Cats are loading up.
That's
Now,
cool. That is gonna be cool.
On the goalie front, there still isn't anything new out there, but people are pessimistic that Sergei Bobrovsky is back. I saw that I think it was Elliot Friedman, Hockey Insider, was like, I'm hearing it's unlikely he returns. So certainly that is the biggest hole the Cats have to figure out right now, is who is going to be between the pipes for them. Bob Zeal is officially done on the 1st. So we'll see what happens with that. But he is, we've seen some big numbers thrown out there. Does getting the acquisition of Brady Tkachuk change anything for anybody? We'll have to see. But certainly Bill Zito was ready to wheel and deal. That's what he does. What a day and age where who would have thought? I mean, years ago that the Panthers would be the most attractive destination in their respective sport, and the Miami Heat couldn't trade for a star if they tried. I mean, it's what crazy times are we living in? From the times of the Big Three, when you had Jaromir Jagr over here doing retirement tours, and now we're in a position where the Panthers are the ultra destination, and the Miami Heat are like, you guys like the Sioux Falls Skyforce? Look, it doesn't matter to me. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to watch no matter what. I keep telling you guys that. I mean, I'm sitting here. I'll be excited for Jovic if you want me to be excited about Jovic. You know, I'll watch Eurobasket, but I don't know what that's going to do for the rest of you guys who, want some, as Dwayne Wade put it, some buzz to this team. I mean, the buzz is completely fizzled out if they don't pull off this Giannis thing. Because they're not going to go after John Morant. They don't have the stones. They don't got the stones to go after anybody with baggage. This is like the one guy, we'll go after Giannis. Will they take a risk on somebody? No shot. They don't do it. They won't do it. You know? They'll go give a 2-year deal to Yakachonis. Schmidt says, don't worry, Tobin. They will swap intangibles. Dunkyard Dog is back. I saw that Detroit could be that the Detroit got interest in Tyler. We knew that, but
yeah,
it appeared that Duncan Robinson might be part of it. Beef Stew might be part of it. Isaiah Stewart.
So what's crazy about all this is that you have interest in some of these players we're talking about with other teams, yet other teams haven't been involved in this trade.
Well, we don't know that they haven't been involved.
Okay.
It appeared like the scuttle on Saturday was multiple teams were involved.
Right.
But now the word today from Shams is no, this is going to be a straight up deal. He said maybe it expands into that, but if it gets done by the draft, it's going to be agreed to between two parties. Right. So we'll see where it goes from there. I mean, obviously the Heat do have to figure out what to do with Tyler Herro. That is going to be, one way or the other. The situation doesn't change. I mean, God, could you imagine they bring him back for the last year of his contract? They tell Norm, what do? You tell Norm to take a hike. Obviously, you can't bring them both back. I mean, that would be insanity. But I guess nothing could put. But could you imagine if the Miami Heat are like, yeah, healthy season of Norm, healthy season of Tyler, run it back. I mean, just do yourself a favor. Don't do that, Miami Heat. All right, if you're gonna you can bring one of them back. You can't bring both of them back. Just so we're clear. Okay, good talk. But if Duncan Robinson came back, I would like that. I love Duncan. Would he love to be back here? I don't know. I think Duncan kind of dug being somewhere else.
I think he would rather be somewhere where he can be Duncan. You know what I mean? Like there's certain players. Here's what I like about basketball. There's certain players we know they don't play lick of defense and it don't matter. And there's other players that are scorers that we complain about not playing any defense. So Dunk needs to get to a place where they understand who he is. Stop asking them to D people up and just go out there and make a bunch of threes.
That we're moving, nobody's gonna get moved. They'll just bring everybody back.
No, don't. We got time.
Yeah, we got time. Well,
couple hours.
We got a couple hours. Do you think this drags into tomorrow?
Yes.
Ugh.
Yes, because I think.
So let me ask this scenario then.
Sure.
Let's just say that he'd do trade for Giannis. Do we cancel the draft show? Can I just know if I'm going to work tomorrow night or not? I want to know.
Oh, that's going to be the worst. It would be even worse is if you're doing the show and they announce the trade before the pick and you've done a show on nothing.
Yes, but at least that will be. I'm more worried about.
It could turn right into Giannis talk.
I'm more worried about the scenario of it being 4 p.m. and it happens.
Oh, were you already pot committed?
Well, we already know, and I'm already been here. Like if it happens on the show, that's fun. That's like breaking news. That's cool. But yeah. What did SDI said? He said that Anthony Chang is reporting what? Anthony Chang is reporting the Heat don't want to gut their roster. Same bleep, different year. Yeah, I look, I don't know what to do with that if you're the Miami Heat. Like,
right.
You're really going to look at your all self in the mirror. I just want to be clear here. I love Pelle Larsson. I love Kaspers Jakachonis. I love Nikola Jovic. I love Kel'el Ware. I love these. I really enjoy watching these guys play basketball. You have a guy in Giannis Antetokounmpo who is a 2-time MVP. He's a top 10 player in the league. All right. At his peak was top 5.
Right.
You guys are really going to walk the Miami Heat. Pat Riley used to say, I'm not a big draft pick guy. You guys are going to look at yourselves in the mirror and you're going to say that a guy who's 20 years old, all right, who you barely scratched the surface with last year in Kaspers Jakachonis, and Pelle Larsson, who is really good. I like Pelle Larsson, but he's like the quintessential role player.
Correct.
You guys find those under the couch. That used to be the Miami Heat. You know, Pat Riley would find 2 things in his couch: loose change and shooters. Now you're going to tell me that the difference between you getting Giannis is gutting the roster by giving those guys up. You've already gutted it. Like you've parted with, hey, we're not keeping Kel'el. That's, to me, he's the talent skyrocket that you have. Kaz, maybe Kaspers Jakachonis does become the next Goran Dragic. Goran Dragic took a long time to be Goran Dragic, guys. Took 2 stints on the Suns and a trip to the Rockets. You know, Kaz is 20 years old. You know, maybe he finds it this year. I don't know. Maybe he's like Dylan Harper this year. People are confident in him, but you only have so many of these guys to trade, because like the only way. And then what are we gonna do? We're gonna do this dance again. Are we gonna? Because the only thing that's gonna give the Heat fan hopium then afterwards, and I'll be ready to be hurt, is if they don't do the Giannis trade. You get me John Morant just to distract me for a little bit. I need a shiny toy. And then we get the news that Joker doesn't opt in. Joker doesn't want to sign an extension, and then Joker might be a free agent next year. Right. That's the only thing that could lead you to some hope for next year. But I don't think that the Heat believe that Joker's going to be available. I think they think he's going to sign for $1 gazillion.
And I also don't think that we should care about next year. We've been talking about next year for the last 5 years. Next year.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think
when you're right, you're right.
Even if the Heat had an inside track on Joker next year, but they couldn't say anything, that's a hard sell this year. When we've been doing this for the last 2 or 3 years.
You need something.
Right. Exactly.
You need something. But like I don't.
Smeathan said it perfectly. Mm-hmm. Knicks still cleaning confetti off the streets, and y'all talking about 2 years from now.
Do you see that Knicks fan who dumped the garbage on the street to take a can? Did you see that on Twitter? God, that's embarrassing behavior. Why are they the worst?
They were booing Wyndham Clark.
But you know, Nikola Roziervich says that sucks that Bam and Giannis have the same agent. Otherwise, Bam should be on the block. Yeah, they're not going to do that. That's the other thing, is like, when do they go to they're not going to trade Bam, obviously. Pat Riley said as much. It's going to be that would have to be a Bam move. Bam would have to be like, you blew this.
Right.
And he'd have to demand the trade. Maybe that's best for all parties if they can't get this done. But I don't understand the gutting the roster. What are you gutting? A playoff list, play-in team for 3 straight years? I just what's getting gutted? I'd love, like, you're telling me that you having Giannis here on a team that, all right, so you get Giannis. Let's just say theoretically the Bucks accept your trade.
Yep.
You're telling me the difference between you being a good team next year, you couldn't find any replacement for Pelle Larsson and a 20-year-old point guard that's supposed not going to play. For a guy, because Giannis's window's now.
Right.
You're going to
got what, three top-notch years.
Right. So if you're going to re-sign, you're going to get Giannis, you're going to give him $1 gazillion. All right. You'll probably have Bobby Portis or somebody like that here. Bam. Imagine Wiggins is going to opt in. You sign Norman Powell. Davion Mitchell's already here. Jovic, because nobody wants him. He'll be here. Probably Kashad Johnson, Myron Gardner. Like, and maybe you got $15 million an exception to spend. What you tell me you can't find a Pella Larson in the exception range? You can't find anybody there? Like, do you guys think he's gonna be Derek White? Like, I'd love to know. Like, what do you guys think those guys are gonna be? I don't know. I think that you already made the hard decision of the guy you're like, let's be real about this. If we're going to use Yakachonis, Pella Larson, Kel'el Ware, you've already come to terms with the guy you're trading who's probably going to be an all-star out of the three of those guys. And it's Ware, just in case you guys were wondering. So I don't know. But I think this is, if they can't get this done, we'll definitely be doing this dance again about, they were crazy, they were unreasonable to deal with. Yeah, it's always everybody else, dude. It always is. It's always everybody else. So yeah, I don't know when it comes to the I don't know when it gets to the time where Bam would say enough is enough. I don't think that the year is this year, but I can't imagine it's many more years. We'll take a break. More to come. We're back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Oh, hello, Jennifer.
Hello,
My
Jennifer.
Hello, my guy.
Jennifer, I put you on the
Bro, you shaking a drink right into the microphone. Are you kidding
Crop-
me right now?
crop list.
Don't
Pardon?
ignore what I said.
I told Rebecca if you need somebody to come take their earrings out,
Dude, just powering
Jennifer
through.
lives 10 minutes away.
I got her.
Cool. You shake a drink right into the microphone? Are we having a stare off? Like did I speak that in Portuguese?
I was just shaking it.
What's wrong with you though, dude? Like why right in the microphone? Why? Why not mute yourself?
I wasn't aware. I wasn't paying attention.
I very clearly. Like, what is that? Are you being like, are you like a toddler playing hide and seek right now? Like, if you think that you cover your eyes, I can't see you. Like, what's going on here?
Leroy, say you're
Are
sorry.
you just ignoring the
You
questions?
did what you
No,
did.
what do you want me to say? My bad.
That would have been a nice start.
Okay. My bad.
They would have been words, not just looking longingly in the camera. Crazy. Anyway, weather, that's brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping keep your home and family safe when the storm rolls in. Visit tornadoroofing.com for a free roof and window estimate. Hey, you're already making noises. Why don't you go to the Windowplex? Tell us what's going on there.
All right. Nothing's really moving. A little cloudier than it was earlier. It's still got to be between 90 and 95 degrees. It's hot. It looks hot inside. Winds are light, 5 to 10 miles an hour. And I would expect a shower later on in the day. I got to tell you, the last few days, those showers at the beginning of the evening have been brutal. I think Saturday night we got like 3 inches of rain over by us. So be careful out there in the rain.
It was well needed, though.
Yes. But you know what's crazy? It hasn't rained.
Where it's supposed to rain.
Right. It hasn't rained. And
Yeah, I know.
so the smoke has something to do with that, believe it or not. We were talking about that, and so we Googled it.
Oh, man. How are you feeling, Jennifer, with this whole Giannis search?
I'm very overwhelmed. This weekend was a lot. And, just having to keep up with my weekend and then keeping up with this and then Twitter being down and stuff like that. Like every time I hear the ESPN app go off, like I go into pure panic.
Yeah. Were you excited yesterday about the Tkachuk trade?
Yes, I was. I literally found out as I saw Brittany yesterday.
She broke the news to you?
I was the one that
Yeah,
reported.
because I was so busy doing so much things that I didn't even look at my phone yesterday. So then when I get in the car with Brittany, she immediately breaks the news to me.
Like, did you
And
see
then
what that-
eventually my watch tells me, oh, hey, this just happened.
Yeah, I think the first person I told was Hockey Hornet. I was like, holy bleep, is this real? He was like, yeah. He's like, this is, he was saying it had been in the works. But it that was a look at my phone for a while moment. I was like, whoa.
It came out of left field, honestly.
Yeah, it just all that action. I was like, man, Bill Zito, he's just sitting here on Father's Day. He goes, you know what? I'm gonna make something happen. Or apparently, I don't know if it's real or not. I might have got, but I saw somebody tweet out that the Tkachuks had a Father's Day cookout, and that's where they found out.
Oh, that's kind of goosey.
Wow. That's nice.
You think the dad cried?
For sure.
He doesn't seem like he's a very emotional man.
I think that would make him emotional.
Didn't he cry during the Stanley Cup?
Yeah.
I feel like
That was like, you know how sometimes when you see athletes.
Did you cry yesterday when you let go of Rebecca?
No, I didn't.
Okay, well, 2 days ago, did you cry for Rebecca?
No,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't.
Believe it.
Yeah, you're
I
lying.
didn't.
Don't
I
believe it.
didn't. Like, me getting emotional doesn't mean crying.
I'm sure he was probably very emotional when he saw that both his sons are now in one state.
RMS says I had to check multiple
He
sources.
slammed a beer.
Probably.
Right.
They're probably all
Floated
shotgun
around.
after that.
Two of them,
Right.
to be honest.
Right. Like
Or like-
I just some people just don't like tears don't always reveal their, true emotions. Like it doesn't always come out that way. Everybody thinks, oh, he's showing his emotions, he's crying. That doesn't mean you're not that's just how you show emotion.
No one is saying that, Leroy.
Okay. He didn't cry.
You don't know that.
Okay. I think if he started tearing up, one of his brothers probably punched him in the junk. Tkachuk doesn't do that.
I could actually see them saying that.
Yes, I'm telling you. Come on.
RMS says when the Tkachuk trade happened, I had to check multiple sources before actually believing it. Same thing.
Yeah, that's the way it is now, right?
I was just like,
I have to call Tobin because I can't just go by Twitter. I get in trouble all the time. And
That's the
then
thing.
I'm made fun of.
And ESPN was like super late with the like confirmation of it. So I was like,
ESPN told me after Brittany.
yeah.
oh yeah. Well, I think
That's why I didn't know.
no, ESPN was probably like the third place you've seen it. You got to follow Canadian people. They got the skinny.
Well, because listen, you know who you follow? The people that are either going to be the happiest or the saddest or just good. Be done. And I don't know what Canadians didn't really like Brady. So they were probably good riddance. Kind of like when my man was sent to the Yotes.
For Hagee?
Morel.
Oh, dude, I don't even think the Yotes would take him. We'll take a break. More to come here on the show. We're back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy. Hey, training camp dates are out. Everybody excited about that?
Oh my God, yes, so much fun.
They
Yes.
start. Every time I hear training day camps days are out, I think of how much later they started than I did.
The Miami Dolphins report to training camp. Rookies, July 21st, and vets, July 28th.
It's about a week.
They only got 3 of those games to deal with now.
We reported the week after the 4th of July. But my rookie year, we had 6 preseason games.
Bro, that's so many preseason games. What did you do with all that nonsense?
All that nonsense. Camp. Like now they go to camp. They go like I call it away camp where, you're still in camp, but you get to stay at home. But when they go away, like they do it for like 2 weeks now.
Mhm.
Like my last year, we did it for like 2.5 weeks. When I was in camp, the first month you were in the dorm.
That's great. The Dolphins, by the way, for those who want to go see a joint practice, the one that'll be down here is on August 20th against the Giants. August 20th against the Giants. They have one also against Washington, but that's in Virginia where they train. So if you want to see a joint practice, August 20th will be the one down here. I assume that's going to be open to the public.
Ooh, shoulder kick, please. Jennifer has it.
Which kick?
I'm actually going over it right now to make sure there is no words in the background that should be muted.
No words.
No words. Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Thank you. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, you
Of
got to
course,
make sure
thank you.
no dumping needed. Although Brittany, if Giannis is a Celtic in the next hour and 18 minutes, you're still going to need that dump button.
True.
So just be prepared. I'll try and keep it professional. But if I see that Brad Stevens has atomic wedgied Pat Riley once again, I can't be rough.
I'll give you the pass on that one.
Thank you. So just because I'm fully expecting him, to take Pat Riley's lunch money and his chocolate milk.
I just want to know already. Like I'm so
Yeah, this is show pony behavior.
I'm
Just
so
cut
annoyed.
the act. I'm just ready to know.
and it better not happen tomorrow before the draft because then that's just gonna make me even more upset.
Yeah. Well, Shams is on McAfee. I was listening to him during the break, and he said he believes in the next 24 hours, but he's not positive. He's like, I can't guarantee it, but
Well, because we all thought
Nothing
Giannis was going to get traded by the trade deadline.
Yep.
So
No,
I thought that was the Heat's best chance too. Like I thought that with that it'd be so uncomfortable that Milwaukee was going to move on. I thought that was always the Miami Heat's best chance to get him, especially with the they had more salaries to convene at this point, and now it's it's become a pretty predictable deal. Now they did get the extra pick, but it doesn't seem like they value having a back end lottery pick that much, as we thought that they would. So, like get ready to learn LeBaron Filan or somebody else, Cam Carr or somebody like that for the Miami Heat, and that's what we'll get ready for. But I do hope that, I do hope that the Heat have a real soul-searching moment after all this is said and done, because there's just not these many guys who are available to really change the fortune of your organization
right.
quickly.
Do you think the higher draft pick matters? Because when all the other teams are saying we have draft picks to sell you, nobody has a draft pick as high as the Heat's.
I would have thought that 13 as opposed to 27. Yeah, I would have thought that would have mattered.
Right. The other thing is like what is this draft as deep as they say? It might not be a big importance.
They say it's a decent draft. Like the top, everybody is raving about the top 4.
Right.
This is what I've done for my prep. Rave about the top 4. Then there's a couple of bigs, but it's mostly then very much undersized guards who have a little bit of guards that are very talented, but everybody's kind of got a flaw. Like this guy's a little skinny, this guy's a little short, this guy
Right.
can't shoot, but they're all guys who've got a little something. It's just, those high scoring guards are kind of the most, what's the word? The easiest thing to find in the league. This is not like a draft that's full of a bunch of pterodactyls of wings and things like that. And there's not a ton of bigs either. So
I think Jaylen Brunson helped that.
Maybe.
Because people are going to start thinking, hey,
perhaps we could take a little guy.
He could work. That's what happened with the short quarterback.
Yeah, we could maybe have that happen, but I still think that if you're in Milwaukee's situation, the thing that's going to be strange is like, where do they want to go from here? It is funny though. I am watching. I assume that he's just trolling, but Kyle Kuzma has been weighing in on Twitter because yeah, exactly. Bill Simmons had come out and said that like part of the deal is you're gonna have to take Kuzma in the trade, and then Kuzma put out, what was it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 bomb emojis. Then he tweeted out major announcement soon, and then he commented on one of those pages that said Kyle Kuzma expected to be included in any Giannis trade as a Giannis tax per Bill Simmons. And he said, since when is a 6'9" wing who plays any role you ask, guards 1 through 5, shot almost 50% from the field and cares about defense, a throw-in, LOL. I'm pretty sure since
Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure since you were a wizard, dude. I'm pretty sure that's the answer. Like, I don't know exactly when the line of demarcation was, Kuz, but I'm pretty sure it was somewhere between LeBron sending your ass to Washington for Russell Westbrook. I'm pretty sure that's when you actually literally became a throw-in.
And we haven't.
I probably should be careful.
And we didn't make you that way. You did.
Breaking news, and then Shams is gonna be like, "Hey, Giannis and Kyle Kuzma are on the Heat. Hey, we'll see you at media day, buddy."
Yeah.
You scared me there.
No, seriously, you're not allowed to say those two.
It was a parody. I'm doing a bit. All right. Trust me, you guys will know when I really know if he's coming to the Heat. You guys will know. All right. I think you guys knew what I was doing.
Yeah, but it's so like.
But I was like, I was doing something else, and then you said I heard breaking news, and I just.
Then you guys must have had a hell of a weekend.
You don't get it.
You don't.
You're both. I gotta be. You both look very hungover.
No. It's not even that. We did not consume alcohol. It's just
no alcohol was consumed.
So you're high as a kite?
Oh,
no.
I don't smoke.
Nobody here does
you
that.
can eat it now.
We don't do that either. We're just exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know what Twitter thing Leader is looking at right now, but he's definitely zoned out. Dude, what were you looking at?
You need to stop lying.
I wasn't looking at anything. I was actually looking at.
So you were looking at something?
No, I was actually trying to pull up Kyle Kuzma stats.
That is such a lie. That is a lie.
No.
Look,
no
I
chance.
Can't show you.
You know what? Give him a -1 for deception.
Dude.
I'm not.
You actually can show us.
You're gonna like Kyle, I was like Kyle Kuzma. Like,
Leroy,
what have you been?
Dude.
What?
I want you to look at me in the eye right now through this camera.
Look, come close.
And you're gonna tell your friend.
You're
gonna tell your you're gonna tell your friend. Look at me in that. Put those peepers right on the camera. Leroy, you swear to me on Zeus's life that you were looking at Kyle Kuzma stats and not your Twitter For You page.
He's crossing his fingers and his toes.
I was looking at Kyle Kuzma stats.
His toes are already crossed.
I'm not lying.
You say so.
Hey, Brittany, not necessary.
You know it's not necessary scrolling Twitter while you're talking to.
I wasn't scrolling Twitter.
Yeah. Okay.
I was not.
Leroy.
Looking at Kuzma. So what was the stat that you had?
It wasn't because for some reason
was
whenever I try to
loading.
no, here's why. Whenever I try to pull something up, it never comes up like I would say Kyle Kuzma stats, and it'll give you like last year. I'm like, no, career.
Be more specifically, Roy.
I know. All right. So that's what I was trying to do before I was.
The first time you've looked up stats in the history of the show.
No, it's not. I always do.
When?
If it makes a point.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
Dade South says, stop using Ask Jeeves. Lycos.
Listen, but I've hit yes so many times that who knows where my computer goes when I.
And then instead, whenever he opens these pages too, instead of just like scrolling, he will go and take out one by one each ad that's on the screen. So that just makes him take longer.
Right. Because I want a clear page.
I can't deal with you.
How is he still employed is a mystery this world will never solve. I'm actually pretty knowledgeable about certain things in sports. You guys just don't listen.
I like the proud swaying of the chair after saying such thing.
Yeah.
That's what it was for me. It wasn't just a statement. It was the confidence swaying in his office chair that squeaks.
You got to be confident with it.
Okay. What are you most confident right now in sports?
The most confident I am in sports right now.
Yeah, you heard what I said.
At this moment?
Yes.
He's just buying time repeating what you said.
Yep.
No, because I'm trying to think at the same time. I don't want to just sit there and be quiet. 'Cause God forbid I should think about something.
You mean God forbid you leave dead air on the radio?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm just kind of bumbling.
Okay. What do you think? I'll give you a commercial break to think about it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I don't, why I would never expect you to have an answer on your toes.
Yes, you would.
As a
Yes,
talk
you
show
would.
host.
Because you would yell, "Why are you quiet?"
I would never expect you to immediately have an answer.
Why are you looking down, Leroy?
Because you're not looking things up.
I was looking up Kyle Kuzma stats.
What'd you find? What'd you find? No, you still never told us.
I got off the page because everyone's making fun of me.
He definitely wasn't looking up Kyle Kuzma stats.
I was.
He was not.
It's just
Like,
not.
My first thought was, why do we care about somebody who averages? Oh, let me
I'm going to
look.
see your internet history for sure.
What do you so do you have it up still?
No.
He said he exited it out because you were making fun of him. Like,
Oh,
what?
Of course.
Because it wasn't bringing up the stats that I wanted, and I was tired of looking, so I just got out.
Okay.
You were with me when I was trying to do U.S. Open leaderboard. How my computer just
yeah.
went silent.
On what was it? What website was that?
I don't think
U.S. Today or something.
Yeah, it was the craziest thing ever. He looked up a newspaper.
No, I just pulled up. It said
Today
U.S. Open leaderboard, and I pulled it up.
You know, if you add ESPN to the search, it'll take you to ESPN.
Now I know.
Leroy, I love you so much.
Mind you, I'm confident about a lot of things in sports.
It did. It happened.
Mind you.
You have the same camera.
Mind you.
Step away from the camera.
Step away from the Kuzma stats.
Can't step away from nothing I never had.
Sir, put the Kuzma stats down. Let's talk about this. You're going to be all right.
All right.
Don't worry. Pat Riley is going to go get us.
Wow. It's impossible for Leroy to be up on his toes. He would literally be sideways.
That's a point.
Really?
We'll take a break. Final hour coming up. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQM. Don't know what those words were that just came out of my mouth. I got distracted because we got a World Cup play underway as Argentina is taking on Austria right now in group play in Jerry's world. Get to our headlines. Those are brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the price Zito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com as Argentina will look to build off their first win when they beat Algeria when Messi had the hat trick. So this one
never mind.
Okay.
Never mind.
You're killing it.
I was actually gonna ask a soccer question, but then because I get ridiculed and mocked, let it slide.
I'm gonna let you.
I would also say this: the tickets for all these games were not nearly as expensive as everybody said. Like the early sales, but
they've come down to earth.
Yeah.
Well, I think the thing is, you have so many Europeans who have come over here, and Europeans don't pay for tickets like that, dude.
Right.
Like European tickets. I don't know where we went wrong, where we started deciding, hey, let's get just
money
gouged to death on tickets, but they don't pay that much for tickets in Europe. They're like
for anything.
You don't pay that much for entertainment. It's like, that's why they can fit 100,000 at a boxing match, because they're going to charge you $15 to get in the door. Like, so yeah, I'm not surprised by that, because guess what? If you overprice it, the Scots are going to just go find a place to drink and watch it on TV.
Right.
And where they found was Marlins Park tonight or Lone Depot. Is this the craziest atmosphere Tyler Phillips has ever pitched in front of? It may be. What if he comes out today
especially when you have people that are just going to a baseball game and they don't really have any allegiances to either team?
Will any Marlins show up in a kilt? Because I feel
that would be cool.
I feel like Kyle Stowers in a kilt. I feel like he pulls that off. You know?
It has to be one of the guys that has a beard, right? Like Stowers doesn't have one, but it'd be like maybe a relief pitcher would show up in one.
So like Lake Bacher?
Yeah.
Lake Bacher's got the look.
That sounds like he could wear a kilt.
He does look like, he sounds like Scotland.
Yeah.
Did Messi just get tripped? You can't do that to the GOAT. Oh, he's back. Whoop, whoop, woo. Wow, that's my play-by-play. Whoop, 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 woo. No, it wasn't Messi. It was another guy. Oh, he's writhing in pain, though. So that means that he didn't get hit.
Right. Like, if you want to talk about flopping.
Oh, it's brutal.
Now, I will say this. And here's the part that I think we sleep on. Have you ever been kicked in the shin and you kick something and you kind of do that initial and then you walk it off? I'm wondering if they experience that. Right.
So like two guys slide tackle him. He has one under, one over. I think one guy kind of falls on his leg. So I think it might be an ankle thing. I think that's what happened. A guy landed on his ankle. This guy actually might legitimately be hurt.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not our fault we think you're all faking. It's your fault.
Yeah. This was a legit injury. They're actually they got people out there. They're holding his ankle. I saw a dude from Austria land on him. Not yet. I think he's trying to think about walking it off. He might really be selling this one.
Yeah, because once you go out, they can't. It's weird how they replace people.
Goalie's taking a hydration break next to his guy writhing in pain. They brought out the 6-pack. Yeah, I'll take one. 4 minutes into the game, I'm thirsty. Anyway, also coming up today on the World Cup, France and Iraq at 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock, Norway and Senegal, and 11 p.m., Jordan and Algeria. By the way, want to give a shout out to our boy Xander Zayas this week, who's got the biggest fight of his career coming up in Brooklyn on Saturday as he defends his titles against Jaron Boots Ennis.
Ooh.
So we're excited about that. We're rooting for Xander. I know all the odds makers are pushing Boots, and all the promoters are pushing Boots, but we're going. We got your back, Xander. We think you're pulling.
You know what's fun about him? Like, Why is he the only boxer that when a fight needs to happen, regardless of his status, he makes it happen?
He's making it happen.
All
dude.
these other guys are dodging in any weight class.
Yep.
Can't never see guys fight. He's fought whoever, whenever. And I think from a big picture perspective, this is a fighter that everybody can rally behind because he ain't all about talk. He about action.
Dalvin Kane says, if the Bucks trade Giannis for Brown, can't they turn around and trade Brown where he wants to go? No, they certainly can. I think the thing that I've always found interesting, we talked about that a little bit on Friday, is I still feel like, this is just me personally, I feel like if you're the Bucks, you've already had this long standoff with Giannis. You want to do that twice? So the only way that that's beneficial to me is if the Bucks are getting a lot alongside Jaylen Brown. Because if the idea is Jaylen Brown doesn't want to be there, I feel like the benefit then is, okay, then I can flip him again along with getting the Celtic stuff. I can double dip. If I'm just getting Jaylen Brown, well, yeah, it's a headline. It's been out there. He doesn't want to stay there. It doesn't really make a lot of standing sense. So I'm just a little confused by that trade. While it may sound, oh, you get Jaylen Brown for Giannis. Okay, but he's not going to stay there. Now, he may not, the Bucks may not care. I don't know if there's a team that's been more used to being in awkward situations over the last couple of years than Milwaukee. They already did this with Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard didn't want to be on the Milwaukee Bucks. They still traded for him. But they had Giannis, different situation. They were trying to contend. So I don't know if this if that changes their mindset at all. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, because maybe they would have taken the Celtics offer. Bill Simmons just tweeted, what did he say? He said this minutes ago on social media, which is that this Giannis Celtic situation didn't change at all over the last 36 hours, just FYI. Nothing is different. They made a real offer 2 weeks ago, as I repeatedly told you on my podcast. It's been a staring contest ever since, but I do think this gets resolved today or tomorrow. So, to me, if that's true, then both of these parties have probably been looking at the Bucks saying, like, dude, well, which one are you going to pick? And they're just saying, like, well, how are you going to sweeten the pot?
Right.
And I think both are playing this probably game of chicken of, like, the Celtics think just having Jaylen Brown beats whatever Miami has. And the Heat are thinking, like, we're not adding in 2 extra players. But I guess the framework of it is like when all this Tyler Herro noise was happening over the weekend, were the Bucks in a position to get more stuff with the Heat stuff, or are they in more position to get, because they'll still get Heat stuff along with being able to flip Heat stuff. Are they getting that from the Celtics? Because the Heat do have better picks this year than the Celtics. And then if by contrast, you think that Giannis and Bam is a worse combination than Giannis and Tatum, well, then I would want to trade him to the team I think is going to be worse because their picks are going to be better.
Correct.
So then it comes down to the flippery. Well, whose stuff can I flip for more stuff? And that comes down to, okay, well, how much are the Celtics giving with Jaylen Brown? And can I get a ton for Jaylen Brown? Now, there could be a couple scenarios, like I mentioned earlier in the show. Maybe the Clippers want Jaylen Brown and they can get the top 5 pick in this year's draft. Maybe it's the Hawks. There's been, he's from Atlanta. They pick 8. That could be, and look, that could be tough to trump. That's what happened to the Heat last year. Jalen Green in the number 10 pick outbid whatever the Heat were offering up for Kevin Durant. But if it's true that the Heat have worked out something that the Pistons like Tyler Herro and they would give up their pick in the 20s for him, or that the Lakers would give up a first-round pick for Kel'el Ware, like at some point maybe it does feel more worth the squeeze to Milwaukee, but we just don't know. We don't know, right? But it does feel like for Miami, the big thing that I guess nobody wanted to say was, oh, the Celtics didn't want Jaylen Brown to know that he would be traded. It's like, what do you think? Jaylen Brown's an idiot? Like as soon as it's out there, he knows. And by the way, kind of feels like he wouldn't mind leaving, but I don't think he wants to play for Milwaukee. I think he wants to go be on a team that he wants to be on.
So with all this fodder going around, this happened with Kawhi years ago. and it was rumors are out there saying if Toronto trades for Kawhi, he ain't showing up. He ain't reporting. Okay. And I'm starting to believe that people say those things, but they may not necessarily be true until I hear it from said person. And so that has kind of scarred me from all of this, is that we haven't heard Jaylen Brown say anything. Everybody's speaking on his behalf. And that sounds kind of crazy for a guy who's eager to chirp, right? So
Right.
I'm not buying it, whether he is going to go there or not go there based on somebody else telling me that. Same thing with Giannis. Giannis, this could have been over 3 months ago, but he's trying to look good in the situation. He don't want to say, I'll only go here. He doesn't want to say that I'm not going to do this. But you know, people are aware. But until I hear it from the player, I'm thinking the team is not going to give a damn and do what they want to do and not what the player wants to do. Same thing with Dame. Dame's going to say, I ain't going there.
Yeah, but the thing is with Giannis is like, okay, Miami people want him to say Miami and only Miami. First of all, Miami knows, like they have the inside on what is his, and what if his inside is, yeah, but I would play for Boston.
Right.
You know? So like, what are you supposed to, if you're Miami, what do you do with that?
Right.
I really only want to go to Miami.
Right.
Like, how'd that work out with the Damian Lillard thing? Not great.
Right. The
So-
problem is
and
with all this going on, right? If he decides if Milwaukee goes to him and he says, I would rather play in Boston, then there was probably nothing that he could do. And it sucks that they're in this situation, but it could be something as simple as that.
Yeah, or he could just be fine with both because he feels like he can contend either place. Like he feels
Right.
like playing with Bam or playing with Tatum both gets him in contention.
Right.
And I know that makes Heat fans crazy because they think Bam's not that good a player, but obviously he thinks Bam's a pretty good player because why would you otherwise? Why would you say that you want to play in Miami?
Right. I think people don't, and I sometimes get caught up in this too, because I've always said, I think Bam has been asked to play a role, and a lot of stars get to go out on the court and just be who they are and show your skill set. But that's never really happened with Bam. Bam has always been, oh, we need you to guard five. Oh, we need you up top. Oh, we need you to be a facilitator. Oh, we need you to do this. And in a world where you only look at numbers, right, all the stuff they ask Bam to do gets lost. And it's unfair to him because people think, oh, he's not that good, that they're bending over backwards to keep him.
Rozhirvich says because they share the same agent. What's that have to do with anything, though? Like, just because they share the same agent?
You always say that stuff.
No, but like,
Could be something, could be nothing.
Having the same agent, like, what does that have to do with Giannis wanting? Like, if Bam was a bum and they had the same agent, you think,
Right.
If Bam sucked, do you think that them having the same agent would matter?
Right.
Like, you know, Rich Paul has a ton of guys. Like, if Dion Waiters was one of the guys, like, do you think that matters? It's not nothing. Like, it's given the Heat a lot of insight into the race. It's given the Heat a lot of easy access to go between information, but it's not like Giannis is just being polite wanting to play with Bam because they have the same agent. I don't think that Bam's agent would flip Bam to Milwaukee. I think if you wanted to put a tie there, he'd be like, well, you can't put Bam on the table because I don't want him going to Milwaukee. Bam, because Bam's a Heat lifer. I definitely could see stuff like that, but I don't think that Giannis simply wants to go to Milwaukee, simply play with Miami just because Bam is represented by the same guy.
I think,
if anything,
I think the thing that the Heat are guilty of in the last 3 years was they were thinking highly of some of their players than everybody else in the league was. They could have got off Tyler and got whoever they wanted 2 years ago, right? There's just certain guys that they could have flipped for bigger names a couple of years ago, and they chose not to. And there's not one of those guys that turned up into being a star for whatever reason. Like, if Tyler Herro was averaging 20 and playing 60, 70 games, like, we could sit here and say, hey, I want to build around Tyler and Bam. the fact that they didn't want to get rid of Tyler and he's only played 30 or 40 games and has been injured all the time, now you're almost like stuck with a thought process that you never lived by.
Yeah, you would have had to either trade him the year after he broke his hand in the playoffs or the year he was an all-star. Those would have had to been the years.
Right, exactly. And by then, now he's just filler.
Damn, Messi missed a penalty kick, huh?
Yep.
Ooh. Listen, they can't all keep him straight like Leroy Horde, dude. All right.
Yeah,
sorry, Messi.
That's right.
Sorry, dude. Take some lessons. Take some lessons from the leg from Davey.
I would guarantee you his hip didn't feel like mine did, though.
Quickly, a weather report brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Homeowners helping homeowners stay safe this storm season. Visit tornadoroofing.com for a free roof and window estimate. Austria. Ooh, a little too close for comfort. 91 degrees and sunny right now in Miami. They still got that air quality alert that's going on. That started at, it says 12:40, but I felt like I read that a lot earlier. So be forewarned. No rain, it looks like, today in the Miami area. Humidity 64%. So there you go. That is your weather. We will take a break and continue on. And the Panthers, I mean, dude, Bill Zito would have this done already. Yeah, we'd have Giannis if Bill Zito was on the phone.
For sure.
He would have did it during the trade deadline.
For sure.
Yeah. Because but here's the other thing. They got damn near a whole roster of desirable players by somebody else in the NHL. We can't say that for the Heat. Right? A lot of the Heat players are either unproven or really, really, really young.
Yeah, but if it was the Heat, they wouldn't trade Sam Miskevich. They'd be like, no, we couldn't do it. What was Maggie? What's Maggie going to turn into? I don't know what that is.
But my whole problem, the thing that I have a problem with more than anything is how you don't want to trade Kel'el, but you don't want to play him.
Well, I'm telling you right now, after this, I'm taking Kel'el off the table for everybody except for Anthony Edwards. All right, I never want to hear about trading Kel'el Ware again. I'm not doing that to him. All right, I love the Kryptonian. In fact, it's his team now. That's what I'm deeming. All right.
All right.
Too much. All right, I'll take a break.
Clip that. No, clip it.
You want to? I can make it clip worthy.
Okay, make it clear.
All right, hold on.
Clip
I just
both.
want to be clear here. After this Giannis thing blows up in Miami's face and they don't get Giannis Antetokounmpo, which they won't, okay, because Brad Stevens owns Pat Riley, let's do the right thing and make the Miami Heat Kel'el Ware's team, okay? Because very clearly the only guy with superstar talent on the roster that's left is Kel'el Ware. No more nonsense, all right? No more pussyfooting around it. No more, Eric Spoelstra, I don't want to play him. Nonsense. Kel'el Ware is now hereby the face of the Miami Heat, and I shan't trade him for anybody else, maybe Anthony Edwards, but that's it. That's the list. So you're going to go into this season after not getting Giannis Antetokounmpo, and you're going to invest in your own freak, a Kryptonian freak, and you're going to make this Kel'el Ware's team. Are we clear about that, Miami Heat? No more nonsense. All right? This is bullcrap what you've done with him. All right? He should already be one of the faces of the league, and you've wasted it. So just so we're clear, not Bam, not Tyler, not Norm, not Spo, the face of the Miami Heat after this Giannis trade doesn't happen is Kel'el Ware.
Are we clear about that, Brendan Tobin?
We're clear about that, Jennifer.
Okay.
So you say he has the most talent upside, right?
Yeah.
Who's the most important player? Bam.
Yeah, Bam's the most important
Okay.
player.
All
He's the
right.
most important
All right,
player.
I got you. I see what you did there.
We'll take a break. More to come. Back after this. Got to give credit where credit's due. I've been hard on this season of Love Island, but producers stepped up their game yesterday. My God. Wow. Casa Amor, Casa Amor heart rate challenge simulcast for the Villa. So the ladies had to watch their men get danced on by new lady bombshells.
With heart monitors?
Yeah, well, they actually didn't have the heart monitors, I think, but the heart rate, they did the same thing as the heart rate challenge. Basically,
I'm just saying, like,
the heart rate was all the original Villa chicks wanted to destroy all their men, which was good because everybody was too buddy, and so they needed to throw a grenade into the season. So, wow, well done. You got to give credit where credit's due to the producers.
Definitely going to make them see.
Oh, yeah. And they've revved up. See, they've gotten the ladies angry, and now they're about to bring in a boatload of dudes to the Villa.
No, it's literally a boatload of dudes.
No, it's literally a boatload. They're
no,
coming on a boat.
And they just
12 of them.
There's like 12 of them, right?
Yeah, there's 12.
Dude, how many times?
Well, I don't. So they have tools to incite a riot if things get too blah.
Yes. Always.
So I'm asking, I would even say this for women. I don't care who your man is, who your husband is, or whatever. You got some dirty dancing going on in front of you. Your heart rate's going to get up. Why are we acting like, oh, my man or my girl, her heart rate only get up for me? That's a lie. That's not even physically possible.
That's
it's
not
what, just even that. It's the kissing, it's the touching, it's the
okay.
What they say.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah.
They were able to hear them too. This was a Love Island. They haven't done this in a while. They usually save this for movie night, where you get to go back and listen to people and peep on them. They did this live. It was crazy.
So now, let me get this straight. So, all the women hang out sometimes, and all the men. Last time I saw 3 meatheads lifting.
Uh-huh.
If I'm on Love Island, I ain't lifting.
Why not?
Right? So, whatever. They all hang out, and they all either become friends or whatever. They talk about their conquests or what have you. Right?
Yep.
Then you actually have a show where one girl may be talking about this guy, and then that guy is dancing, dirty dancing and whispering sweet nothings to the girl you was talking about him about. Y'all looking at me like I got zero, like.
It's funny how you're always saying you don't watch it, but then you come back with different information every single time.
No, this is only, I haven't watched it. This is only
Mm-hmm.
from information that you just gave me.
No.
That I'm just trying to figure out. Like,
well, that's the point.
How can they all be friends? How can all the women or all
out.
the men be friends when you sitting here revealing who you hop for, and then somebody else is?
Well, that's why. Well, they didn't do heart rate on this one, but like the typical way in heart rate challenge, the reason that's interesting is because if you always say, "Oh no, I'm closed off, I'm not attracted to you, I like you," but then the person that maybe you had a crush on, their heart rate got you more, it spices it up. It causes friction. That's the point. This time around, everybody was so buddy, and it was being called Couples Island. So then they're just like, well, let's just send the guys off. We'll have the girls dance like strippers on them, and we'll see how really loyal they are. The answer was not.
Of course not.
Is this the first time that there's so many OGs still currently at?
I think so. I think that's why they. I think that's why I needed a Molotov cocktail, because this season has been pretty.
The Molotov cocktail is not the boatload of new people.
No, now it is, but that's why it's great producing, because they
did that beforehand when they're all mad.
They got the ladies all pissed off, and they're like, well, are we getting bombshells? And they're like, oh, coming up tomorrow night. And then the boat's coming in. And so we'll see what happens. But either way,
So if you're familiar with how the game is played, don't you have to, like, when these moments present themselves, be kind of
things that they switch it up a lot. So
yeah, well, they
do have a gist of it, but they do have little tweaks.
They also aren't. They're not Jason Bourne. They can't help their heart rate.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
No, I know, but it doesn't matter. Like, it's still, you gotta remember they're cut off from the world. This is the only entertainment that they have, and they're the only thing that they can talk about. Yeah. Anyway, we'll take a break. play a little all right. Oh, no. To close it out here on a Monday. Panthers. I got a feeling they're going to be on that all right list. Back after this. This Messi's incredible. He's incredible. What are you even supposed to do with him? Yeah, of course he's. What do you mean? Did he score? What are you supposed to do?
He could have 2 goals.
He should have 2 goals. That goal he missed, that penalty kick that he missed, he never misses that. It was like watching Michael Jordan miss a layup, like crazy. Right. But he just blasted one in. Argentina's up on Austria in the 39th minute, 1-0. You almost, if you're probably Austria, you're like, oh man, probably pissed him off. He was probably, he's like, I'm gonna get one on that one.
He has all their goals, right?
Yep.
Yes, he does. And I don't know, what did Calci have? I think they had 18% that he would score 2 today. He should have 2. He should have 2. Ridiculous. I thought they said he was supposed to be cooked. Is Austria terrible? Are they basically the New York Red Bulls? Like, what are you supposed to tell me?
I don't know.
This guy's doing this on the World Cup stage at this age.
And he also he just became the person, like, the most FIFA World Cup goals in history.
Insane behavior.
He was tied, right?
Yeah. He was tied, and he just surpassed it right now with that goal.
Wow, what a gem!
What an all right.
Mm-hmm. My all right goes to Bill Zito. Look, I'm still scared about what's going to happen to Sergei Bobrovsky, but I mean, this guy, there are some who are just at the best at what they're doing right now, and he's the best. And
credit where credit is due. When he gets
you Brady Tkachuk, he goes, hey, you know when I got you Matthew Tkachuk when he was 27? Well, I just got you one at 26. How about that? I just got another Tkachuk. I got baby brother Tkachuk. The Panthers, they're gonna be a ride this year. Like, you know what? They're gonna be even more. Just when you thought the Panthers couldn't get even more lovable for us, but hateable for everybody else,
I know.
Come see both Tkachuk brothers on the Cats.
It's kind of, they feel about us like Tobin feels about Carolina and Tampa.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, they saw Carolina celebrating, and Bill Zito was not happy. He goes, well, that just ruined my Father's Day. And so he's just like, I'm gonna go get me a Tkachuk, another one.
Haven't this division won 5 of like the last 7 Stanley Cups?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Or they at least been there.
Right.
So
because remember Tampa went back to back.
Yep. Tampa, 2 for
Carolina's won 1, and the Panthers have won 2.
Astra's got the Carolina one though. You got make sure you engrave on the Stanley Cup. Barkov's knee exploded in the first drill of training camp.
All right.
Just so we're clear. My oh-no was going to be Messi until now, so my oh-no's ruined. What do you got, Leroy?
All right. So my all right is going to go again to just sports weekend. I mean, it was phenomenal, whether it's soccer, whether it's golf. Basketball, you're on the edge of your seat right now for the last, few hours before the draft. I hope Tobin doesn't have to do a draft show. That's not about the draft.
I know. I just saw the press release for it. I'm like, oh.
Right. My oh no. Interesting thing happened at the U.S. Open this past weekend. So on the first day, it got backed up. So they were playing like really, really late. And Joaquin Niemann, he's a live player, hit 2 balls out of bounds, was hitting his 6th shot, hit a bad shot, and threw his club like 50 yards. He got penalized. 2 shots, right? So he ended up shooting 78 on the first day. He finished top 10.
Wow.
So he shot 66 and 65 in the next 3 days. So just imagine where his tournament would have been if he wouldn't have either threw a club or hit 2 balls out of bounds. Now, it was dark, and there's no video evidence of it. But we found out the next day that he got penalized for throwing a club. And I think sometimes in sports, we want athletes or people that are competing to refrain from emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And it just happens. Dude, it happens. Sometimes you get irritated, upset, And before you have a chance to do the thing where you say, calm down, too late. You've already done something.
Jennifer, what's your all right and oh no today?
Well, I have so many all rights to even pick from. Starting with, I guess, Friday, we had a great event that we all shared together at the Citadel. Can't forget that. We had our March party. And then after that, me and Brittany went to go see one of my favorite bands, possibly my first concert ever that I actually chose for myself. And it's the Cab. The Cab has been in the hiatus for quite some time, and then this was their first time back since 13 years ago at Revolution. And it was just really great seeing them live again at the first place I ever saw them in, and being able to share it with my friends. And then after that, we were able to meet them once again outside of the venue, and they were just so caring and so nice to all of us. And they even offered us water because they saw how concerned they were very concerned about our well-being after the show. So it was really funny. The guitarist constantly checking on us to make sure that we were okay, especially Brittany. Like, he was super concerned for Brittany, and it just shows how great people they are, and the community behind them is just amazing. And also after that, we spent time. Well, at least I spent time with my father for Father's Day, and then I went with Brittany once again, and we saw Hilary Duff.
Oh, that was last night?
That was last night.
It was last night.
Which is why
we're so tired.
And you guys are hungover.
And they wasn't West
We're not hungover. Stop spreading lies.
Oh, come on. You guys went there. You didn't have a Tito's and lemonade at the amphitheater?
I swear, we were about to, because there was a cup with a pink hat, and it reminded us of you at
Miranda. Tobin.
How do you go to the amphitheater? You don't have a Tito's and lemonade.
Thing is, though, it was late. There was a storm watch, so her show got delayed an hour, and then it was just like a long way back into there. So it was just a lot going on.
It was Sunday.
Yeah, we were not gonna just show up here hungover.
Schmieden says they had some Hillary puff.
No, we didn't.
No,
we didn't.
That's where I was a kite last night.
I swear. We were high as a kite off vibes. Okay.
What's your oh no?
My oh no was also between all of the wonderful stuff that we encountered this weekend. My area was very scary for quite some time. It was like driving into a dark hole when I was out in the streets. It was really scary. There was a lot of smoke.
Yes.
We would wake up every morning with a bunch of ash all over our cars, and it's just like, it's also not the healthiest thing to be encountering. It got to the point where like everyone had headaches from how bad the smell was.
Damn, dude.
Smell like barbecue.
And it was just really scary also because it was like 2:00 in the afternoon and it was really dark outside. And it was scary to even think that we had to almost evacuate from our homes. So I'm really thankful that the rain finally came and calmed down a lot of the showers. I mean, a lot of the fires. Definitely. We came clean.
She let the rain fall down.
She did. Great reference.
But also I'm going to thank the people that were also countlessly working on the fires, which was the firemen and everybody in the helicopters just trying to contain the fires. It was really scary. So, yeah.
Brittany, what is your all right and oh no?
So my all right's gonna go to with the World Cup happening here in the U.S. I've loved all the content that I've seen from Europeans and people from all over the world enjoying America and embracing our country, and also Americans embracing them and their cultures as well. I think we have, as a world and as a country, we sometimes forget what the root of this country is, and that it's a melting pot, and that it is a welcoming place, and to see so many people enjoy our country and like the nooks and crannies of it all has just been so heartwarming in my opinion. And so I'm so glad that the World Cup has given us the stage and the platform for all of us to congregate and have good times together. So that's going to be my all right. And then my oh no is going to go to, I don't know if, like Miami Heat Twitter. I don't know who to give my oh no to, but I'm just sick and tired of my hopes getting brought up and being disappointed by not getting Giannis yet.
Yeah.
Saturday, I swear I was
I know exactly what you're referring to.
Yeah,
when it comes to that.
It's like on Saturday I was hanging out because obviously my dad doesn't live here, so I couldn't spend Father's Day with him. So I was with my cousin and my uncle, and all day long we were all like refreshing Twitter, and I was like, you guys, like, I think it's going to be a 3-team trade, and everybody's like looking at me asking for updates, and we're all getting excited thinking that this is going to happen, and just to be let down. And here we are on Monday and still nothing has happened. So I'm just super frustrated with that, and that's my oh no, because at the end of this if we don't get Giannis, like the fatigue that I have around this team is just like, I'm over it. I'm over it.
Also, Europeans, they discovered ranch.
They did, and they went back to their country, and the team, they can't.
They're packing it in their bags to go back home.
It was like, absolutely not. You cannot do that.
Ricardo's saying my oh no is you, Tobin. What the hell did I do?
What did Tobin do?
What did I do? Jeez, man, I didn't do anything.
False hope. I don't know.
I didn't tweet out anything for false hope.
Opium.
The only thing I did was I reacted to some tweets that I thought were false hope, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, all right, because some of the people tweeting out, I'm like, they don't normally tweet out false hope, so I was very hopeful, and I was hoping it was going to happen on Saturday too. And you know, when I woke up on Sunday, I finally fell asleep, and I was like, Giannis not in the Heat. Of course he's not. Why would I get my hopes up?
It's for the Bob stuff, apparently.
What did I do with the Bob stuff, dude? I love him.
You know this is going down to the last minute.
Sergei Bobrovsky or Giannis?
Giannis.
Oh. Yeah, I know.
You know why? Because they can. That's why.
Can I ask you something? What am I supposed to do tomorrow? If I'm on the arena floor and he gets traded to the Boston Celtics.
Oh, because you're going to be mad at
might not be the best place to have me.
Think you're going to be escorted out of the Casa Center?
I may be taken out of handcuffs.
There's going to be a report. Wild man loses it on Pat Riley at the draft party.
Awkward.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Anyway, that's our show for today, everybody. We hope you have a great rest of your day. And you guys can enjoy some Hockman, Crowder, and Solana coming on up. And we will talk to you rascals tomorrow. The face of the Miami Heat, after this Giannis trade doesn't happen, is Kel'el Ware. I'd say put on your A1s, bam, and get to step in. It's Kel'el Ware's team now. Some people like to Matthew Tkachuk. I like to Matthew Hey, give it all, Bob! Mucho!
I'll see y'all when I see y'all.